Now, before I allow the guys to continue, I have to know, have you subscribed to the Cleveland Moto and Moto Stories and more YouTube channels yet? There is enough amazing content available on both channels. You can go ahead and cancel your Netflix subscription. See, the guys care deeply about you, so please go do it now before it's too late and they release the infected cyborg snakes.
Oh, hey. Welcome to the Cleveland Moto Podcast.
Hey, everybody. Welcome to Cleveland Moto Podcast number 555, the Triple Nickel. Light 'em up, boys. Oh, my God. No, I'll tell you, Miller Lite delivered the most perfect acoustic beer opening today. It was just on point.
Yeah, mine came courtesy of the ride here.
They're courtesy of the ride to the podcast. Yeah, man. What are you drinking, Dan?
Market Garden Prosperity Wheat.
Prosperity Wheat is delightful. And yes, so we just heard from my left to my left.
Dan Kromke?
And to his left.
Steve Sleepy.
And to his left.
Drinking the Heineken Double Zero.
Double Lot?
Is Speedy Pete.
Pete, you look a little different.
Shaved.
Much
It's the lack
much
of
to
beer.
his chagrin.
And behind the bar today.
Tom Pennington.
Yay!
Drinking Ghost Fish Meteor Shower Pale Lager. It's one of the few gluten-free beers I can buy up here.
Holy cow. Well,
yeah.
yeah.
Where's
It
Ghostfish? Yeah.
As Ghost Fish is here, isn't it?
Cleveland? Ghostfish?
I don't know. It needs a longer name.
Oh.
Should say on the can.
Ghost Fish, Cleveland, Poto.
Seattle, Washington.
Oh, okay, all right.
Okay,
That's cool.
Just a little bit
Yeah.
west of us.
Yeah, a
Well,
little
that's
bit.
excellent. It is one of those very funny times for us. You know, Cleveland's gotten hot, so this happens to us. You know, every year it happens. What is funny is that for a very, very slow at the shop, very slow April, a very slow May, it took one hot day to remind everyone they have motorcycles in the garage. Yay. And they did. And this is like when you hear about the calm before the storm, it's the storm. Yeah, it's happening. We had on Tuesday at the shop, I looked out at one point, I was slammed and I looked up and there were 11 guys in my shop, right? Adam Constantine and Greg Harris was in the shop and everybody's there. And I looked out and in front of my shop was one of those Can-Am Spider ADV crazy things we were making fun of, right? And it's parked in front of my shop and it's all, you know, like one-wheel drive, despite it's being clearly designed to make you think it's a three-wheel drive vehicle. Right. Parked in front of the shop, and I went out, and it has all of the buttons. It has all of the switches. He went to his Can-Am dealer and said, I want all of the options, including, and Renee pointed this out, passenger heated hand grips.
Hand grips.
You have to have those.
Come on, man.
I can see a heated seat.
Heated hand
The
grips.
cappuccino maker was nice.
This is
Wow.
bonkers. I mean,
That guy
just
loves his somebody.
fucking. I know, and I wonder if I know his wife. I know him. I wonder if any of them are ever going to get on the bike. You know,
sir.
that's just one of those things where I'm like, is anyone actually going to get on the thing? Not sure. But anyway, that's where it is. Crazy bikes. It's been serious, man.
And when he trades it in next year for a Piaggio BB400, it's going to be perfect.
Right, exactly. Right. That is what's funny is he was trying to do a deal with us in his world or in his possession. I think he has a 2022 or 2024 Harley Davidson 48. Now, the Harley Davidson 48.
You need one of those on your floor.
No, Chris, I don't. And why we're gonna know that I don't need one of those on my floor is when you see a picture of it. Because when you see a picture of it, you're gonna be like, oh, no. This is a bike that is posturing so fucking hard, pretending to be something that it's not, right? It's crazy. And I'll throw a picture of it up so you guys can see it.
You got it?
Yeah, I got it. All
Oh,
right.
yeah, that's
Oh
something.
boy.
So it has a P40 Warhawk Flying Tiger theme on the gas tank.
Which is cool.
They have removed the standard DOT headlight and gone with something I can best describe as being off of a child's Little Tykes toy to make it look like a wide glide. And it's not a wide glide.
And it's in the best possible location.
It is in the best possible location. It has a leather seat that is held down by a 2-inch bolt, highly knurled, highly CNC'd bolt that goes right into your, what do they call that? The streptococcus, your
Coccyx?
tailbone? Yeah, your streptococcyx. And so if you hit a bump, you're going to break your fucking tailbone. It has one of those artistically welded sissy bars with a spider's web in the middle of it,
Dude, not kidding.
even though there's no place for a sissy to sit. So there's no sissy sit.
This looks like the dollar store, like
Yes.
evil Moto bad bike club racer.
It's
It's terrible.
I'm gonna get a better. I'm
Apology to
gonna
the
get a better
guy.
picture. So again, but what we cannot ignore hard enough is the fact that this is a 1200cc Harley Davidson Sportster 48, which was kind of like the entry level of buying a Harley Davidson with the 1200cc motor, and then it has the airbrushed. I'm really a bunch of aluminum panels welded together, simulated warplane, but done it way too hard.
Are you sure this isn't a Cleveland Cycle Works kicker? Fucking something.
A kicker 5150.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's not in my opinion. If somebody came into my shop and said, "Hey man, I've got a 1200 Sporty that I've done some stuff to," right? And said, "I'm going to sell it to you for $3,500." I'd be like, "Yeah, we're fair. That's fair. I'll be all over that. That's legit. I don't have a problem with that." But what I have a problem with is when the guy says, "Well, the Harley dealer offered me $8,500 for it." And I'm like, he didn't offer you $8,500 on it. He said if you get one of the bikes he's had on his floor plan way too long off the floor, he'll give you an $8,500 trade-in value
If
on
you're
it.
willing to accept the negative equity, we will take that bike tomorrow.
Bingo. That is completely right. I think you nailed it 100%. And everything on this bike is like novelty. It's a joke. The Z-bars on top of a 3-inch risers. So it's one thing to have a 3-inch riser. It's another thing when you have 10-inch Z-bars, which come in at a negative angle, on top of your 3-inch riser.
At least like everything matches. Like, it's not chrome and black and weird shit everywhere. And also the theme. It has a unifying theme because most
Right.
sharks have spider webs hanging out of their ass.
There's there's black leather 8 inches from brown leather, right?
Yeah.
And it's just all over the place, right? It is all over the place.
It is the coolest bike in the mobile home park.
Yeah, right. And
That is Ricky's from Trailer Park Boys.
it is really Yeah, it is. It's just awful. And so when I did look it up, I mean, I did the benefit of the doubt. I did look it up on KBB and I looked it up on NADA. And NADA and KBB both said that the KBB fair trade-in value of this bike is $5,200. Now, JD Power / NADA and KBB very rarely agree on anything. They always have some windage. And in this particular case, they both agreed. But unfortunately, in this particular case, they were both talking about an unfucked with Harley Davidson 48. And this is one that has been supremely fucked with.
Yeah.
And if this ain't your flavor, you ain't going to buy it.
Zimbo got it. That's a $2 per cc bike.
It really is. And, my whole rule is never have a sissy bar on a bike that doesn't have a back seat.
Pretty strong rule.
Pretty easy rule.
Yeah.
Doesn't require a lot of individualism. And how much better would this bike look if it was just a clean ass end? If it was just a monoposto, if it was just a solo passenger bike, without that silly, ridiculous Widowmaker.
If he did nothing to this bike, it would have been way better.
Way better. Yeah. And I did look up to see what they looked like from when they left Harley Davidson, and they do look infinitely better than this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, most of the time it's just like the newer Harleys, like those. It was just the exhaust pipes. They put cartoonishly large exhaust pipes.
I agree.
That was about it.
I agree. That was it. And it is just, you're like, oh man, as much as I want. Oh, and for the record, you mentioned exhaust. The picture of the actual exhaust that is on this fucking bike is the worst exhaust you can ever put on a 1200 Sportster, if you want my professional opinion. And that is a 2-into-1 set of shotguns. Like, this is one, you can spend no less money. This is truly dumbing it down to the point.
It is a 2-into-1 and not 2-into-2.
I think it might be two. I'm looking at it now, and I think it might be two slim style.
Okay.
Two slim shotguns. So I think it's a slim shotgun for the front cylinder and a slim shotgun for the back cylinder.
Okay.
And I think that's what it's got on it, with inappropriately applied fiberglass wrap.
Oh.
Right. So it's not doing anybody any favors in that department, because it looks like it was put on by a 9-year-old. And then to have those fucking pipes on this bike, yeah, it's like, man, not a fan. But you can see the money. You can see that he spent the money. And this guy has a history of spending money. Yeah, those pegs are super expensive he's got on there, right?
Okay.
That seat is not cheap.
Well,
that's a Palco seat,
Phil has a picture of his other bike that we ended up with.
Oh, you mean the Lowrider extended long wheelbase Ruckus?
Oh, that thing.
The same guy.
Oh, same guy. Now this makes sense.
Same guy.
Okay.
Yeah, same guy.
Yeah.
So the folks at home understand
You
what
should have led with that.
I should have, right? From the house that brought you,
Yeah.
stretched Ruckus.
I can't wait to see what he does with his Can-Am.
I remember
Oh my
when
God.
I walked in the shop and that Ruckus was there, and I was like, how much is one of these things? He goes,
Go ahead,
you
Sleepy.
will not even know how much this guy has into it. And I was like,
Go
what?
ahead.
Bam.
Same builder.
Oh my goodness.
Same builder.
And that guy has what, $7,000 into this fucking thing?
The Ruckus, the receipt, yes.
I almost shit my
The build
pants when you
sheet,
said
the build
that.
sheet is insane.
I thought you were joking because Ice Barrel sell you that for like $800.
Oh, absolutely.
And they'll deliver it to your house.
I've known a bunch of these stretched Ruckus guys over the years, and I know how much money they put into them. And the fact that he's got the narrow wheel and just the setback stock motor in it, I'm like, wow, that's a lot of money to do nothing.
Yeah, that was, I couldn't believe it. I literally, there's not many times that I walk in your shop and you say, oh, this cost this much, and I'm dumbfounded. I'm like, okay. Or I'm like, wow, you got a really good deal.
Hey, Sleepy,
But
go
never
here.
like, holy
But
fuck.
at least with the Ice Bear, you get a 150cc.
Yeah, there you go.
Well, and you get
For
the
the Ice
big
Bear
rear tire.
Mad Dog.
This must
Yeah,
be
the
the
Mad
new,
Dog.
like, that's very expensive. Usually they're like $1,200.
Oh, no, the
I didn't-
tariffs.
I didn't.
Tariffs.
Yeah,
Yeah,
tariffs.
tariffs.
It's all about
Yeah,
the tariffs.
right.
Yeah, it's all about the tariffs. Yeah. But anyway, I'm just gonna tell you, like, from the mind that created that stretched Ruckus, he also is very, very proud of that 48. And again, the 48's not a bad bike. It actually has rear suspension as opposed to like the Huggers and stuff like that, which virtually have none. At least the 48, you have some semblance of rear suspension.
Right.
Right. But what a travesty.
I got
Anyway,
a question. Is he buying something from you?
he was anytime we get a new limited edition vehicle come in the shop,
Yeah.
his past performance has dictated that Renee will call him anytime Vespa unleashes a new thing. And Vespa has just unleashed the 80th anniversary Vespa in the 150cc and in the 310 format. And we know he's got a hard-on for that stuff because he's bought like 6 from me.
Great.
Okay. And so Renee was like, I'm going to call him. I'm going to call him. I'm going to let him know this is here. Now, the problem is with this particular gentleman, it's never, oh my God, you have one? I'll be there in 5 minutes and I'll bring cash. No, it's a guy that's like, okay, I'm bringing you my loan paperwork from the last thing I bought that I'm terribly upside down on, right? And it's going to cost you $10,000 to get me out of my bad financial decision so I can buy your $8,000 bike. And I'm like, I'm sorry, I just can't hide the loss. And like what Tom says is absolutely correct. The Harley dealer will give him an $8,500 trade,
Oh, yeah.
which is not painful enough to make him go away. Okay. So they'll give him an $8,500, but for that, he's got to buy a Street Glide
Right.
that they've
Worth
had on
how
their
much?
floor for 18 months. A Street Glide that's worth $9,000, but they've priced up to $27,000, right? And we, like the one we just saw, one of our people bought the purple one, the Purple Street Glide, that was like a $30,000 bike. Meanwhile, if you look at Facebook Marketplace, you will see that exact same machine being sold for $14,000, $15,000 for people that are upside down on their loan and need to get away from it. And need to make distance.
I can't imagine buying a new Harley.
Well,
Like, you know what I mean? Like I really dig them. I like Harleys,
Well,
right?
Sleepy?
But like a 2-year-old Harley is 10 or 15 grand off. I mean, like, yeah.
You bought a brand new Chevy Colorado.
That was, that's a check engine light syndrome of fucking death for my whole life of never having a new anything. So
I get it. I get it. But it's the exact same feeling. You want something somebody's ass has never been in.
Oh, I just wanted a warranty.
You could have bought a 20 or 30,000 mile CVO, certified Chevy Colorado for about $10,000 less.
No, but I would never, ever, ever buy a new motorcycle most of the time unless it's anything over 10 grand. Let me put it that way, because like the 450, that's an affordable bike you
if
can
you
walk in and
keep
buy.
your Chevy truck for 15 years and you amortize it over the 15 years of you keeping it,
Right.
then it's not a bad purchase.
Right.
I'm about a every 10-year car guy.
Right.
So I mean, it's fine. Whatever.
But purchasing a motorcycle for what we've seen happen in my showroom in the past 2 weeks, where we've seen people lose $8,000 from date of purchase to date of trade-in at my shop, where they have lost $8,000 in 3 years. That's more than I'm willing to just dump, $2,600 per year for the privilege of owning it, because that comes out to damn near $2,000, $2,500 a month that I could have had in my pocket when you consider losing that much money, right? And to me, that's horrifying. Yeah. To me, the idea of saying, okay, I've lost 10 grand when my initial purchase price of this vehicle was almost $30K.
Well, and the crazy part, remember I sent that thing over with the Harley guys.
Right.
Now they're doing that stuff where they're giving these enticing like monthly payments, and then they're like, if you look at right underneath all the exciting stuff in smaller print, it's like $10,197 due on the fucking fourth year.
Oh yeah, the
of
balloon
second
payment.
thing. You're
It's
like,
not 10,000. It literally is 20,000.
or whatever. Yeah,
Yeah.
Like, and you just know people are just diving into that shit, like just having the worst fucking decisions.
Because they can afford $200 a month.
Yeah.
They can afford $300 a month.
Yep.
But when they're done with their payment stack, there is literally, and the Harley's website is telling you, pay $300 a month for 5 years, and then give it back to us.
Yeah.
They're literally saying it on the website.
Yeah.
And then give it back to us. Did you notice I just said, give it back to us? Means you have no equity.
Oh, you leased the bike.
You leased the motorcycle. And that's hoping, blue sky theory, that they're going to give you the 20 grand that you owe.
But
They are not going to give you the 20 grand that you owe, man. I'm telling you.
Nope.
Get over that.
But how many people out of all those bikes, considering how since the buy-in is pretty low, there's a lot of people that don't have a lot of money that are buying them.
Absolutely.
So what do you think in a year or two, how many repos are there going to be of those fucking things?
And we just talked about Harley selling the only thing they had in their entire universe
The debt.
that had real value was their debt. And when they sold their debt off at 40%, that was the only thing that they had that they could say, hey, you should loan us more money to survive on because we have this guaranteed income coming in the form of debt.
Let me ask too.
Sure.
You had said that are they going to give you the $10,000 that you need? So, at what point does the dealer, the corporation, go underwater on this thing? Because
Fast.
And is he then carrying that extra 12 grand that he didn't get on his note? So he has to somehow fund that, or does he just walk away?
Right. I'm going, oh man, I'm
Sorry,
telling you.
I'm-
No, you're absolutely
those are good
right.
points.
This is exactly it. And this is why in this podcast, we've said this a dozen times, that if you are financing a motorcycle, talk to somebody who understands financing. Do not walk in there and go, wow, for $300 a month, this is all mine. Because what you're going to learn real fast is that for $300 a month, it is not all yours. You don't own shit. What you own is negative equity. What you own is debt. And this is what kills me with this thing.
Is that purchase or lease? $300 a month.
No, that's the problem, Chris, is at least if it was a lease, you'd have a contract.
Yeah.
Right.
You say, well, fuck it. All right. Now
If it's a lease, I got a lease. I understand how leases work.
Yeah, sure.
But the problem with Harley Davidson and with BMW and these companies that are doing these massive balloon payments at the end, you own it. You have a title in your name, which means that debt is 100% yours.
Yeah.
That when you get to the end of your $300 a month cycle for 5 years or whatever it is, that now that negative equity is all yours, motherfucker.
Let me ask you this.
Yeah.
What happens on the whatever you said 5 years, then
Yeah.
you turn it in? All right. 4 years, 364 days. On the way to me dropping it off, I fucking do a rolling burnout from my driveway till I get to the thing.
Yes.
Fucking stop you the front wheels, smoke the brakes, and I hand them a fucking bike that's melting.
Exactly.
But like not damaged, just melting. Like what,
Yeah, abused.
Do they
Are we talking now? I would bring you back to reality. Are we talking about a lease? Or are we talking about Harley Davidson financing?
that what I'm saying, like the thing
Lease.
that they're doing with those people, whatever.
What they're doing with those people is a balloon payment at the end.
Right.
So the title is in your name.
Right.
It is not in their name.
Right.
The bank's technically the owner of the vehicle.
But when they're telling you to turn it in at the end of it,
This is the crazy part, is they are literally using it as a marketing material to tell people that you can get a vehicle. And I've seen them now. Can anyone off the top of the head tell me what is a acceptable duration for a financing plan for a motorcycle? How many years?
I'd say 3.
3 years?
36
Anyone else?
months typically.
36 months? Dan?
2 years.
Anyone?
yeah, I wouldn't go over 3 years if I was ever going to do it.
Harley Davidson's 8 years, 96 months.
Well, high price bikes. And
10% down,
they gotta suck people in.
96 month
Yeah.
lease. Okay?
lease. Wait.
96 month financing.
Yeah,
Sorry.
on a purchase.
Right, exactly. And this is the part that I want to make sure people understand is that it is financially, fiscally impossible that at the end of this duration, you are going to own a motorcycle that is worth enough money to trade into them and be in any position other than financial desperation. It's really, really bad. And I have been to the Harley website and I have gone in there as a potential consumer. And first of all, they want your credit information before they even let you get past the second screen. Right? They're not going to show you theirs until you show them yours.
All right.
Yep. And that's the way they're functioning. And I'm telling you guys, be very careful right now with motorcycle financing. Very rarely is it what you think it is. Very rarely is it traditional 36-month financing. Yep.
Is that 8-year balloon note? So that's unlimited service at the dealership for free, as much for the full 8 years, which is probably worth. Figure probably worth what, $1,500
Right.
bucks to $2,500 a year.
Right.
Just service,
Sure.
tires, and
Yeah.
service calls. Yeah.
If you do Harley Davidson's flex financing, what they're telling you completely here is that you're going to spend on that Road Glide, which is a $32,000 bike, that you're going to spend $510 a month. And at the end, you're going to have a $20,000 balloon payment.
Woofy.
It's on their website. I'm not making it up. If you make $500 down and do 48 months of payments at 8.19 APR, which is tier 1 credit for Harley Davidson, that's their best rate you're going to get. Okay. Then you are going to, at the end of this 4 years, you're going to owe 20 grand on that motorcycle, which if you're good at math and you multiply $510 times 48,
Can't do
okay.
it that fast.
yeah, times 50, right? So you've already paid $25,000 of the $32,000, but you still owe $20,000.
Somebody's making some fat stacks on that.
So here's what they're not telling you.
What they are telling me is terrifying.
But this
Let's
is
start with the shorter list.
If you want to break it down for dummies like me, right?
Yeah, right.
Okay. So the payment, whatever they said, was $300 and whatever dollars.
$510.
$510. Okay. So to be whole at the end of that 4 years, for every payment you make, you need to put $416 away in a savings account.
Correct.
So you're $1,000 a month.
Yeah.
That's what the reality of that fucking deal is. It's insane.
Because if I go back to their financial website and I turn off the predatory balloon payment shit, right? If I turn off the predatory balloon payment and just say, hey, I just want to do traditional financing or whatever you offer that's closest to traditional financing, then you are going to be at a $900 a month payment.
Oh my God.
And that's when that,
Take it
I
over
hate
to
to say
Phil
it.
and say, I want to trade this.
yeah. And that's when you go into your Harley dealer and you're like, hey, I've been making payments on this thing for the past 8 years. What will you give me on trade?
See, and he was making fun of me with my Colorado. My payment on my Colorado is $300 a month because I saved up for some money, did some shit.
Good for you,
You know what I'm
Switch.
saying?
That's good.
Like, fuck, $1,000 a
Don't
month
pay
for
any
a
attention to him
motorcycle?
back there.
Holy fuck. I'd have a heart attack. That would bother me. I couldn't do that ever.
But they're
Anyhow.
also doing used the same way because they've gotten so many trades in. And this is what we're talking about with that 48, where they're going to offer him 8,500, right? The whole idea behind the offering of the 8,500 is purely based on him saying, oh, well, we're going to bring that into our used inventory and we're going to offer a used bike to somebody for the same exact $300 a month. For $300 a month, you could be riding the sweet ass 2-year-old 48. Meanwhile, their own marketing department is telling you that a Nightster exists for $9,999 and the Sportster 883 is going to be coming back into the market for under $10,000. So they say, right? But that's not what they're going to want to push you into. They're going to push you into a pre-owned bike that they can finance you for at insane interest. I promise people, you got to be aware of what's going on. This is terrifying. Their entire website is all about, when you get into the FAQs, it is all about check with your lawyer.
Wow.
Okay? It is all about, and this is the stuff. How can I find out the interest rate I'll be charged? They're not telling you what interest rate you're going to be charged. That's not there. That information is not there. I'm going to warn you that a company that is in duress, which is Harley Davidson, is not trying to help the buyer. They are just not.
But they don't own their debt any longer, so you would think they'd try to give you a good deal. I mean, they're working on somebody else's behalf at that point if it doesn't own the debt.
I love this. In their frequently asked question column, this is number 5. Can my spouse or other person bring my information to the dealer and finish the loan for me?
What?
Because I'm in jail.
No.
I'm sorry, they didn't print the rest of the statement. They just printed the first part. Can my spouse or other person bring my information to the dealer and finish the loan for me? Harley Davidson's answer to apparently one of their most frequently asked questions is, can my parole officer pay this off for me? Okay? Their answer is, we require signatures from the applying party or both parties in the case of a joint application. To complete the purchase process, you will be required to complete the process in person at the dealership, which means your monkey ass has to go in to even finish your relationship with Harley Davidson.
So the answer is grandma has to show up to get the bike in her name.
The answer is the bike has to already be in grandma's name,
Ah.
or you are going to have to get paroled to go pay off your Harley.
Oh, no. I'm saying because it's
Yeah.
in grandma's name anyway.
Understood.
Okay.
Right. Exactly. Grandma will have to be there to terminate her loan.
Dude, Mentor, Ohio runs like that. All of Mentor, Ohio. You had a shop out there. Every white trash dude in the thing and fucking trailer that is whatever is those dudes everywhere. When I worked at North Shore Yamaha, that's all that came in. Hey, can you finance a pipe? Like,
Yeah. So just be aware. That's a real thing. Oh, but in good news, Harley Davidson has said they're bringing the Revolution Max engine, which has been currently made in Thailand, back to the United States of America. In part of their Back to the Bricks program. And I'm 100% for this.
And there was
That's
a good news
good.
much
back in
rejoicing.
Milwaukee or
Much rejoicing.
Much rejoicing.
Yeah, they're bringing jobs back.
Milwaukee, Pennsylvania, York, PA.
okay. Oh, yeah,
Right.
okay.
So that's what they're saying. That's what their news release is. That's what they've said.
Nothing bad about
and
that.
there is nothing wrong with that. Fantastic. It's going to be weird because I know what they pay people in Thailand. And I'm pretty sure I know what union employees make in Milwaukee, in PA.
Which is why they'll put in Alabama.
So I don't
They'll move it right
think
next to Hyundai.
I just don't think they're going to match the $4 an hour in Thailand for building out the engine in Milwaukee or York.
So do you think if they come up with a reasonable dollar an hour plus benefits rate for the builders
Right.
here in the U.S.,
Right.
correcting for the lower rate over there and the tariff to bring it in,
Correct.
you think that would kind of even the playing field?
I know what the tariff is. So, they're currently on the hook for about 30% of cost. So, and that's cost across the metal, the steel and the aluminum, or cost against the finished assembly. Okay, so you're going to be paying it like that. So, in my opinion, I think to make a fair assessment, if you were working in the United States, the factory work in the United States is going to insist on making $15 an hour.
Correct. Yeah, I'd agree with
You
that.
agree?
Yep.
So I would guesstimate that's going to increase the cost of manufacturing of the engine about 400%.
And I would say on top of the 15, you're going to pay $3.5 to $4.5 an hour just on benefits. And
Of
things
course.
like that and taxes.
Absolutely. Absolutely. So
So you can round it up a little bit.
yeah, the cost per hour to the employee is probably going to be $23, right? So if it's cost for the manufacturer, sunk cost to keep the employee on the line
Sure.
for workers' comp and things we need to pay,
Right.
I'm going to guess it's going to be $20 to $23. And I'm going to guess that that's probably 4 times exactly what they're paying, generous, 4 to 5 times what they're paying in Thailand. So your cost of manufacturing, we know, is going to go up at least 4 times. So if that's the case, you can't still sell a Nightster for $9,999 when if you're currently telling people that if you blow up your Nightster motor, to put a new Nightster motor in your engine, a new engine in your motorcycle, is currently at $2,999 a fare, right?
That's retail costs.
That's right now to the consumer $3,000.
Yeah.
So you fuck up, you blow up the motor in your Nightster, it's
yeah.
supposed to be $3,000. I looked it up. Okay. Now, if your motor costs 4 times to build what it used to, I don't think they're still going to be able to sell you that motor for the cost of manufacturing in York, PA that it was in Thailand.
So 4 times they'd take it down to like $750.
Now, hold on.
They'll just
Go
take
the other
it.
way.
Oh,
Did they
4
define?
times.
Did they
Go the other way.
define? Did they define manufactured? Because are they going to have castings sent over from?
This is always the problem.
Because if they're doing
If you're
that,
opening boxes and assembling,
or even just machining rough castings, or
I'm going to bet you're right, Sleepy. I'm going to bet you dollars to donuts that there's 465 bean counters that have said, if we open the boxes and put them together in York, PA, it's made in America.
right. So it's not good because there's no way that they could.
Right.
You're right. There's no way they could sell that bike.
You can't sell the bike for $9,999 if you make a $3,000 engine, a motor that now currently built in Thailand is called a $3,000 engine.
Right.
If you're making it in York, PA, and your costs have quadrupled. So bad math, that's a $12,000 unit. Well, you're never going to sell a motor for $12,000 when the entire bike is $9,999. So you're going to lose a lot of money somewhere. You're either going to keep selling the motor for $3,000 and lose your ass every time you have to sell one, or you're going to raise the price of the motorcycle because it has the big red, white, and blue flag on the side of it now that says made in America, but more made in America than it was last year.
Yeah, because
Really super duper made in
that's
America
what they
now.
paid. They're doing the NASCAR
Right.
thing. They're looking for any Weasley rule fucking breaking weasel thing that they can
Of
do.
course they are.
Well, I mean, Mac used to quote unquote assemble Macintosh in America. So this is. I think you're right. This is going to be the same thing.
Oh yeah, and we have been through Chinese companies that were assembling bikes in Mexico and hanging a red, white, and blue American flag on the outside of the crate saying "Made in America." Right? We've seen that. We've actually seen that product roll through. Now, here's the weird thing: the VIN didn't start with the number 1, right? It didn't have a USA VIN, but who gives a fuck? Who's suing them? Nobody's suing them. Dave, the consumer, doesn't have the wherewithal or the knowledge to say, I bought a motorcycle. It was called the Hard Dick 100, and it's proudly made in the United States. right? It's got an American flag all over it. It's nothing but fucking American flags everywhere. It's the Kid Rock 100, right? And I just found out, to my fucking horror, that this $2,499 motorcycle was made in China, lightly disassembled and remanufactured in Kilgore, Texas, by inmates, right? For 39 cents on the dollar.
What could be more American?
What could be more American, right? But nobody's going to follow through on that and say, like, I'm suing. Right?
Right. You're
because
right.
I can tell you, in this industry, I have opened a number of fucking boxes that have American flags all over it. And I go, oh my God. And you look inside and you're like, the packaging still says China on it. Tom, the other day we opened a box that clearly said made in America. And the packaging on the parts was from fucking China.
Well, they busted this guitar thing up. All these fake Gibsons and Fenders and stuff. They got like 10,000 guitars a couple months ago, and all of them had made in America all over them. They had all the things complete, everything. You know, fucking, they do that shit all the time. But it's because somebody's ordering it here, though, too. So, you know.
Did you ever hear the story about the toonies?
No.
You guys know about the $2 piece of currency in Canada called the
Oh,
toonie?
yeah.
Okay. The toonie's $2. Some genius, about 90 days, 60 days after the toonie dropped, hired a company in China to make toonies for 15 cents a piece. And he imported $3 or $4 million worth of toonies for 15 cents a pop. And the Chinese did such a good job that the only way you can distinguish a Chinese toonie, which cost 15 cents to make, from a Canadian toonie that's worth $2 actual, is that the bear's foot has camel toe.
Really?
If I'm lying, I'm dying. Look it up.
Wow.
Okay? So, ethics, scruples, morality, these are not words we use when we talk about China. These are not
we
words.
use
Or Washington.
discussing America.
Exactly. And this is my
Well,
point.
how about just saying business? I mean, in business, anybody
Okay.
doing business is not
So-
going to have any
I
of this
wouldn't
shit.
have such a broad brush.
But I'm going to promise you that when we on our end of the thing, which is I sent a lot of money to a place, I spent a lot of money on shipping, I spent a lot of money to have the thing, I open box, I look inside, I have to peel the Made in America tape off the outside of the box, which now I'm thinking the tape was probably made in America, right?
Yeah.
Because
That's
hey,
a loophole.
You can't sue them for that. The tape was made in America, right? But then I go inside and I find that due to their rush or their expediency, they couldn't even have been bothered to remove the fucking component parts from their Chinese packaging. Fuck, right? And when you add a tariff to a thing, and then the tariff is so crazy moving target, you can't figure it out. I check what our tariffs are about once a week because my customers get really upset when they see a tariff on the price sheet of the vehicle. They get upset. And they get upset rightfully when the bike that used to cost $300 to ship now costs $1,000 to ship. And that's where the manufacturer's putting the tariff so they don't have to be bad guys and put it in the MSRP.
Right.
Okay? Yeah, that's how they do it. And so, yeah, because then they can say, oh, no, we're not the bad guys raising our MSRP. The dealer's hitting you with that fee.
Oh, that's nice.
Right?
Nice of them.
It's very fucking nice of them, isn't it? But this is the idea. We just want to make sure that people understand being a good consumer means knowing about some of this shit. And don't just go off on whatever internet forum you're on. You know, those lying, cheating fucking dealers, blah, 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 blah. I promise you, I know a lot of dealers. And I can tell you the ones that lie and cheat with the best of them, I've seen the invoices. Next week, we're going to be talking about a Yamaha S-Max scooter that I'm going to bring the invoice in, and y'all are going to shit a brick right on this table. Yeah. Okay?
Ooh, I like this.
I know, but the point being that this is something people have to be aware of because tariffs, as they are a moving fucking target. And they're like, but they were unconstitutional. I'm going to get that money back. Sure you are, motherfucker. I will uncum in your mouth. Right?
Yeah. Chase that money down.
Okay.
It's due back to you as a consumer. It's unconstitutional.
Yep. Do you know who has a chance of getting their tariff money back? Walmart.
Well, I think
JD?
Costco's fighting
I
real
think
hard.
last I heard, Costco fought real hard, and then somebody sued Costco because they wanted to pass through to consumer.
Yep. Now, I'm going to read you 3 things about tariffs that are news information that is fresh today.
All right.
So that you kind of have an understanding about tariff rates from different places. So the first one I'm going to do is Italy. Technically, this is all of Europe. Okay. So we're going to do Italy first. The base duty for European motorcycles is only 3.7%. Well, that's tolerable. That seems friendly. 3.7%. That actually seems like that's almost what I'm paying in a surcharge to use my fucking credit card.
So that's Italy to the U.S.
Yep.
Okay.
Italy to the U.S. Base duty. Checked, confirmed today with the United States government. But wait, there's more.
But wait.
The IEEPA/EU surcharges, there's an additional 15% that is part of the IEEPA/EU surcharge. Ouch. That's what they're calling the national security, because the tariff being a tariff for tariff's sake was deemed to be unconstitutional. So when they say, you can't do that anymore, you pivot and say, I was never doing that. It was Homeland Security all along.
Ha-ha.
And it's when the cop shoots you in the face, it was for officer safety. Okay? So that IEEPA surcharge, 15%.
On top of the 3.
On top of the 3.7.
So now we are actually at 18.5%.
Cool.
Yeah.
And you're like, that sucks.
That hurts.
That hurts.
My ass
Basically,
is starting to
almost
hurt
a
little
fifth of the price of the vehicle. Shit, that
bit.
hurts.
You didn't even clip your
But
fingernails.
wait, there's more.
No.
The Section 232 metal surcharge. It's metal.
Now you're going to be pushing it up to the knuckles, aren't
Because motorcycles contain significant amounts of aluminum and steel, they are assessed an additional duty. This is frequently calculated as an extra 50% on the proportion of the vehicle comprised of those raw metals.
What the fuck does that mean?
That's right.
What like?
So
what
they
does that
weigh
mean?
up the.
So now, not only are you trying to hit a moving target, but you have to make up your own gun.
So wait. So the weight. So okay.
I'm going to read the law to you again. Okay?
I don't get a lot of things, but
They are assessed an additional duty. This is frequently calculated as an extra 50% on the proportion of the vehicle comprised of steel or aluminum.
okay. So at that point,
Oh, this is going to get fun,
at
guys.
that
Hang
point,
on.
you have to think what everything that's not so bolts, frame. All and you have to think how can you even do that?
You
Where's
got to
this
tear down the motor.
information?
You tear down the whole.
Yeah.
unit.
What if there's a plastic fucking sprocket inside the fucking motor?
that doesn't count?
Okay. Now,
Oh my god, this is stupid.
the good news is our federal government doesn't have to do the math.
Ooh.
They tell the distributor.
They're not good at
I'm
it
sorry,
anyway.
They tell the manufacturer, you have to do the math, and you have to show your work, and you have to prove what foundry it came from. And if you don't, then we're just going to go ham and charge you 50% of the GVWR, or the weight of the vehicle, right? They're going to say that we believe that your 600-pound motorcycle has 400 pounds of steel and aluminum in it, and so we're going to charge you a 50% tariff on the steel and aluminum that we say weighs 400 pounds, unless you can prove otherwise, and we will determine whether or not you have proven it adequately.
Wow, that's crazy.
Why? How do you know that? Well, because I have a really good customer that just ordered an exhaust system from Germany. And they ordered a $300 exhaust system from Germany. And the $300 exhaust system showed up. And they paid a dinky little 25% tariff, 20% tariff getting it in. And DHL said, hey, your $300 exhaust system arrived and you owe us $60. And so they were like, okay, that's fine. Here's my credit card number. Charge me the $60. 3 weeks after they got the part. 3 weeks after they got the part, got charged $60. Didn't think too badly of it. No big deal. However, about 12 weeks after they got the part, they got another bill for $130. Because that's the amount that an agency that's designed or told to do such a thing has ambiguously come up with directly out of their ass and said, you have to pay us this, or when it's time to do your taxes, we'll get it. Because it's federal. And this has happened to enough people in our circle that now we're like, yeah, that's not great. So I did look up Section 232, the metal surcharges, and it's crazy. It's absolutely bonkers. Because you have to literally prove to them what foundry it came from, and if you don't prove it to their standards, they just go, it must have come from China. 50%. All right, great. So let's skip that.
I wake up to that discussion every freaking morning because somebody wakes up an hour before I do. And she's on the phone with China and Germany and everything else trying to do this math.
Yeah.
But at an exponentially higher level.
So let's do the fun one. Let's do China. China's great. China base rate, 2.5%. Favored nation status, motherfucker. Do you know what that is?
Yeah, it means they paid Bill Clinton a whole fuck ton of money.
Favored nation status. Favored nation status. Most favored nation. Italy doesn't have that. Germany doesn't have that. We back these motherfuckers up in wars, and they don't have that, but China does. Okay? So only 2.5%. Fair enough. Section 301, look that up. Section 301 is 25%. Okay? That's to address unfair trade practices. Blanket statement, 25%. If you're doing the math, you're up to 28%. Derivative tariffs. Motorcycles in certain parts face added duties ranging from 10% to 50%. It's always 50%. I'll just cheat on your paper for you. It's always 50%. It's never 10%. And I don't know what you would have to say to make it less than 50%, but it's always, I've seen it. It's always 50%. Okay? And that is depending on the weight and the engine size and the metal content. But it doesn't matter because it's always 50%.
Of what? 50% of like the total.
What number?
Depending on the weight and the engine size. So that is literally of what number is whatever number they choose to assign to it. Again, it's your job to fight it. It's their job to just make it up.
Wow.
Right? You have to fight it if you feel like you're being treated unfairly. And then it comes down to, well, I paid it erroneously. It was unconstitutional. I'm going to get all my money back. Well, great. I'll be interested to hear how you do with that.
Yeah.
Right? Because even when they said, go online right now today and fill out this application and you'll get your money back, we went and looked at the application. The site crashed 7 times while I was trying to fill it out. Had to start right back over from the beginning. And we have documents that show every single bike that we imported since the tariffs went into place. We have the numbers, we have the invoices, we have the tariff in a fucking line item that we could submit super easily on receipts for $40,000 of tariffs, right? That I should be getting back, and I submit them, and it's literally on my invoices.
Wow, that's crazy.
And I don't expect to see a penny of it.
Damn.
Ever. So with the Chinese stuff, yes, that is going to be, based on that math, over 50%. So what you're going to be paying is going to be well over 50% for anything from China. Okay. I wonder why Honda and Kawasaki and Yamaha and Harley Davidson all build their motorcycles where?
Thailand?
Bingo. I'm going to tell you why. Because they like the food. No, it's not. Thailand is magical. Temporary Section 122 duties. These are the Trump era duties. 10% tariff. Pretty fair, right? You know, Cuyahoga tax is 8%. Okay, we can live with that. The U.S. previously attempted, and it's by U.S., it means current administration, previously attempted to impose a 19% reciprocal tariff on Thai goods, but the U.S. Supreme Court struck that down. The current 10% rate is a stopgap measure set to expire on July 24th. Weird that Harley-Davidson says they're going to stop producing in Thailand. Are we starting to see?
Yeah.
Okay, right? So their 10% protected rate goes away on July 24th. That's why I wanted to bring that up right now. Because Harley announced that they're not going to have these motors made in Thailand anymore. So what do we think is going to happen to that tariff rate from Thailand? Yeah, it's not going down, motherfucker. Okay, Section 301. The Office of the U.S. Trade Representative, the USTR, has launched investigations into countries, including Thailand, for alleged overproduction and forced labor practices. The USTR has proposed an additional 12.5% duty under Section 301 of the Trade Act of 1974. That's the pivot we were talking about earlier. When government rules that it's unconstitutional to do what you're doing, when the Supreme Court says what you're doing is unconstitutional, you go back in time and find a law that suits your purposes. And that's why Harley-Davidson is moving things from Thailand to the United States. One, it's great for PR to build them in the United States. Back to the bricks, motherfucker. And two, you're about to get really fucking expensive coming out of Thailand. And if you're buying Japanese motorcycles that are made in Thailand, guess what? They're probably going to get more expensive too.
And I can't imagine the boat right now on the water with everything out of Thailand dropping in a nondescript warehouse. So Harley has enough material for 2 years of build.
I think you're right.
Yeah.
I think you're right. I think there's just ship as much shit as you can ship while it's before July 24th, because the magic date on this is July 24th. Now, you might think I spent a lot of time researching this. I did not. It took me about 15 minutes. And the last one is my favorite one for Tom. I just did this just for Tom, is Inja. Can you think of a motorcycle manufacturer that recently announced that they were building every fucking thing they're ever going to sell ever again in India?
KTM.
Orange. Right?
Yep.
I mean, I was going to say Triumph.
How much of Triumph shit do they build in India?
A little bit.
About 60.
Right? BMW.
Some.
About 30.
Okay.
Janus.
2.5%. I'm sorry. India. 2.4%. Indian goods face dynamic trade measures, a combination of a baseline 10% and additional reciprocity duties and penalties, which peaked at 50% due to trade deficits and Russian oil purchases were applied. Interesting. That's something. And then the USTR, remember the USTR, the guys we talked about earlier? The United States Trade Representative initiated a Section 301 probe to look into India and discovered that they've decided to, on top of that, kick in a bonus 12.5%. So right now, you're going to be paying at least baseline of 10% with a bonus, the 2.4% because it's a motorcycle, and then add another 12.5 for that. So it's going to ultimately end up being about 25% unless that penalty, that reciprocal penalty duty, which we know peaked during 2025 at 50%. In which case, that could be a fucking whole lot of money. I mean, a metric shit ton of money, which is going to make the United States market a lot less desirable for Triumph and BMW and places that do, and KTM, who have a lot of their motorcycles made in India. Because again, we're not the lion's share of the motorcycles being sold. The United States isn't selling the most motorcycles for Triumph. The United States is not selling the most motorcycles for KTM.
The entire market in the United States sells as many bikes in a year as one Indian dealer sells in a day.
That's not off. So ultimately, just wanted to go down that rabbit hole real quick to let you know why Harley-Davidson is moving its manufacturing out of Thailand, because the writing's on the wall and the date is July 24th.
And this is just for domestic production for bikes sold here. This isn't
correct.
Other countries
export is
are
export.
not. Yeah,
export.
They're
is
not going to
export.
export shit from here.
Yeah, export is
so
export.
Disappointing to find out that they just weren't being patriotic.
Well, they've only received
Quality is job one, America.
They've only received $27 trillion from the federal government for the past 10 years
I
to
completely-
produce 5 motorcycles here
Yeah, it's so wild.
and employ 27 guys in Wisconsin.
It's so fucking wild.
I still like the bikes though.
I'd still, and again, right. Yeah.
I'm not worried about Harley Davidson because the Livewire honcho is going to save the company.
Those kitty kick bikes.
Fuck it. You know what? Screw it. Let's just all buy honchos. Let's just all buy fucking
I mean,
honchos.
it's only $5,000 for a motorcycle that's not even street
For a
legal.
mini bike that's not street legal.
I mean, who doesn't spend $5,000 on mini bikes that aren't street legal? Isn't that normal? I seem to do it quite a bit for some reason.
Damn, we should have had Greg here.
I know. Greg's like $5,000. I got that in a
$5,000, that's
motor. What are you talking about?
One honcho or 25 Colemans.
you know your group of friends is sick when literally you know a guy that has way over $10,000 into a mini bike. There's some fucking interesting cats.
There's a
in the
whole
world.
special kind of stupid right there.
I fucking
Yep.
love all of it too.
Knowing
I'm getting there with the SSR.
Yeah.
Vespa and Lambretta guys. Yeah, no, I mean,
Oh, believe me. Yeah.
I got $27,000 into this $500 barn
Oh,
find.
Lambretta Lammy Jammy's happening this weekend down Red River Gorge in Kentucky. One of my favorite places to hang out. It's got everything. It's got the ski lift. It's a beautiful place. And that's how you know my friends are finally old, is when we are allowed to have a scooter rally at a place that has National Park in the name.
Yeah, or when you pull up to any of the old things that you used to go to and everybody would be in tents.
Right.
And now there's like traffic for all the motorhomes that are parked and
Yes.
fucking RVs.
Yeah.
Tom.
AARP's got a tent.
I'm sorry they ran out of luxury cabins.
Yeah, right.
You're going to have to be in the hotel.
Yeah.
Right.
We're
Yeah.
sending a team early. They're going to set something up for us.
Oh, man. Sleepy, did you look at all about the MotoGP rule that says, hey, guys, you're allowed to run one bike in practice, not 7. You know, I didn't even realize that this had to be a rule until I looked into it and saw like how many bikes the average MotoGP takes to get through practice, to do different things, and to like to achieve one goal, and then to another goal is be to grid and get the best possible lap on the grid. But that's a different bike that they're going to use in the actual race.
Oh, yeah, 100%. It's all crazy, man.
I'm still like, I picture this world where a guy has a van, and in the back of the van he has a motorcycle,
Dude, I
and
really,
it's not that.
remember
It's a flock of motorcycles.
Remember we were talking about that whatever that fucking race thing is. I'm still weird. I don't even know if it's reality or whatever. But I wish MotoGP or whatever would come out with a series where they're just like, fuck it, bring something.
Right.
I don't give a fuck what it does. You can have 300 wings on it, a jet engine. I don't give a fuck as long as it has 2 wheels and it can go straight or ride. That would be interesting, because there's so many fucking rules, man.
Right.
These dudes are, it's nuts.
And I mean, I understand there has to be rules,
I get it.
right? And I get that. The basic idea, and I have gone through, and it does look like they're allowed 2 bikes in the pit box.
Well, yeah, because if you crash, you're gonna have to have something.
In the pit box.
Right.
But that's where they quit writing the fucking rule. And apparently things can be rolled in and out of the pit box.
Oh.
So that's where things get a little.
Well,
Yeah.
the good thing about talking about MotoGP is that it's not a very touchy subject. Like,
No.
you can definitely go on forums and have opinions, and nobody will jump down your throat and tell you you're wrong. So, it's always fun to talk about.
The idea of having 2 bikes in practice is like you have one ass, right? You have the bike you're going to ride in the race. But to be able to say like, oh no, this is our gridding bike, and then this is the bike that we're going to ride in the race for the duration.
There's an article, and I didn't read it, and I wish I did, but it's out there. If you look it up, I'm sure you could
Right.
research it this way. But it was talking about all the changes for MotoGP coming up, lower engine size and all this other stuff. And then they talked to a bunch of riders, and they asked them what they would want.
Okay.
And supposedly it's supposed to be really interesting. I think the gist of it, kind of from some of the comments, was most of the guys said, "Give me a 500cc bike with nothing,
Yeah. Right?
no rider
mean-
controls, no anything. Like, let me just ride the thing."
I just ride the fucking bike, man.
Yeah.
But it is because there's so much money involved. Because the race teams cost
I know, because they.
thousands of millions of dollars, right?
Did you ever see there's a couple of the guys down even on Moto America?
Right.
Some of the guys on there, they'll have YouTube channels, and they show their setups on their bikes. And so like we're sitting there going like, I can't figure out my modes. I have rain mode. These dudes have like fuel map modes, fucking traction control modes, wheelie modes, launch modes. They have more fucking buttons and shit going on.
Have you
on that
looked
bike.
at a new Aprilia?
3 different fucking things. You got like a double fucking rear brake up here, a fucking secondary clutch. Who knows what the fuck they got going on.
Yeah, if you look at a brand new Aprilia and look at the display, when we were doing the demo rides, I jumped on the RSV4 and I was like, okay, cool. I'm just going to go through this and make sure it's set right. And then I was going in and I was like, oh, wait, there's super secret race mode. There's launch mode. There's this. There's that.
Well, you
there's
got the plus and minus on the
5
back.
different sub menus.
Yeah, so
right?
you could go up and down through traction control live, like just like you're shifting like a secondary gear behind it and
Right.
stuff. Yeah, it's all kinds of fucking.
Yeah. And I have nothing, I have no gripe against being like, okay, we have a spare bike in case we crash because it's expensive to be here and it's GP. Somebody's going to crash. Or somebody's going to crash and 9 people are going to crash behind them, right? So I don't have a big problem with the idea of having a spare bike, to do that. But when you're like, oh, we're going to have a whole other bike to save us so we don't have to do a tire change, right? So we just change bikes, right? We don't change tires, we just change the bikes. Or when we have bikes that are set up differently to achieve different tasks.
Well, that's the thing. Then you're getting to be like, so when I raced bicycles, right? And like you would do different things. You'd have your long, like 120-mile, like, race.
Right.
You'd have crits that were like slap things and the thing, and you'd have a different bike for crits.
Right.
Or if you were doing like a time trial, then you'd have a completely different bike set up
Absolutely.
completely differently because you'd have that set for power,
Right.
not longevity. So it didn't matter how uncomfortable it was because your legs pump as hard as they fucking can for 15 minutes. So like they're setting up the motorcycles kind of like they're going to different events, but it's for different aspects of the thing. Qualifying, fucking getting here and there. Yeah.
And this idea being like, okay, today we started racing. This morning when we went out, we got our tires on. It was beautiful, bright sunny day. And let's just going to say we have 30 bikes, right? So we have 30 bikes gridded. And then the rain starts. So what do we got to do? Well, we got to come in and mount the wets, right? Well, not those teams. They have extra bikes.
Yeah, but you can't take it out in the same race, though, right? Is it just for practice? Or
I love that they're literally saying the reason teams have multiple bikes is they'll have bikes set up for the wet and they'll have bikes set up for the dry. So that if the conditions change, instead of swapping tires, they swap bikes.
See, I didn't know that. I assumed that you were only
bonkers.
allowed. Like once the race started, I thought you'd have to continue on that bike because otherwise, because if you crash, you can't replace your bike and get back in the race.
No, but you can go back out in the next practice.
Well, it's a practice,
Right. You can go back out in the heat on a different machine than the one you crashed in practice.
Yeah, well, yeah,
Yeah.
But
So again, it gives the more moneyed teams a significant advantage. It creates, not that there's not already a huge advantage for the people that bring more wallet, but you can get to the point where it's like, okay, I want to compete in MotoGP, but you really can't. Can you? How much money do you need before you are not viable? Because watching the guys at Supercross in Supercross do it, and like when they had the last chance to get in, and you're like, man, there's some fucking heart there.
Yep.
There is some serious last chance qualifier. Watching those guys go out, and you're like, yeah, it's a dude in his trailer from Missouri,
yeah,
right?
100%.
And you're like, that's badass. That's super cool that those guys are going to get a chance to get on the track. Well, if we're talking about everybody else out there has multiple bikes, even for a tire change, wow.
Well, we hit a nerve with Alex.
Good.
Our boy Alex. He said MotoGP only has 2 bikes per rider per round.
Correct.
They just set them up differently.
Yes.
2 registered frame numbers.
Right.
Only 6 engines total per season.
Yep.
7 engines per rider for the season.
Mm-hmm.
I don't get per rider. That's interesting.
That's interesting.
Interesting.
2 riders. Yep. But the idea being them talking about going to 1 bike. And I actually like that.
I'd want whatever the riders want. I want to see whatever they want so they can do the best job that they think they can do. I don't mind watching now because it's insane. I mean, it's fucking insane.
It's insane.
But I don't know. It's a different kind of racing.
We just watched the Isle of Man, and we can tell you that it's never been faster.
John McGinnis just did the fastest lap time ever at exactly my age. Fucking, that's insane.
The everything has gotten faster, but we're going to lose sidecars now.
I know.
Yeah, because everything got faster.
Yep.
So it comes to a point where, okay, technology advances, but it advances beyond the capability of the road surface you're on. And then it's like, shit, we got to reel it back in again.
Oh, got confirmation from our boy Chris P. He is going to be there for 2 days because it's harvest season for him in the UK.
Right.
But he's going to come over for the Manx for 2 days.
Get the fuck out of here.
Yeah, so
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, we're going to get to meet Chris.
Oh, that's awesome, man.
I'm pumped.
That's very exciting.
Yeah.
Oh, that's super cool. I love that. That's badass. Did anybody watch or participate in? It's called Flag to Flag. When it starts raining, a white flag is shown. Yep.
And the rider can come in and then
Right.
switch bikes.
Right.
That's what it is. Yeah, there's all those rules.
Yeah. I was gonna say I know they have changed bikes mid session.
Okay.
I know
That makes
that's the
sense.
thing.
I always thought
Yeah.
they changed tires.
Yeah.
I was out of the loop.
Yeah. Well, my point is, good for you if you have two bikes.
Right.
Bad for you if you don't.
Right.
Right.
Although I've seen them dudes with the quick change shit, they get that stuff done.
It's
fast,
magical.
man.
It is magical.
Because like the chain stays there. Just
It's magical.
The wheel comes out.
The quick
but that-
disconnect,
yeah.
like everything that happens in a back tire change, is magical.
Or the pressureless, but lossless pressure.
Mm.
How do you say it? Lost, like the fucking brake hoses. Like,
Yeah.
But they're pressureless.
Yeah.
I can't fucking.
What
say
I
it.
think is funny is I love the pit guy who is pushing the track stand
Oh yeah.
on wheels,
Yeah.
and he's chasing the motorcycle with it, like
Yeah, right up.
literally like a dustpan.
Yeah.
And he's chasing the motorcycle with it. So when the motorcycle stops, he just smooshes it right into the back of the motorcycle. And the motorcycle jumps up in the air. And I'm like, that is amazing. Do you know how many times you got to do it right to just hit those pins perfectly every fucking time?
Yeah.
I love that.
Meanwhile, I'm in my garage, like, oh god, I'm gonna drop the bike.
Bouncing it on a milk crate.
Yeah.
14 tie-down straps holding it to the rafters in the garage.
Yeah.
Those are 2x4s. They'll hold.
Well, I got some jank, like, so, when you got the spools on the back,
Right.
no big deal, because
Right.
you got the little things, you pop them on there.
Right.
Well, the Triumph I'm currently working on has no spools or
spools.
anything.
What do
so
you
I
mean
kind
milk crate? I just use a 5-gallon bucket.
well, that too. But I just have a couple of dowels that I put on where it goes in, and I just wrapped it in some tape.
Okay. Yeah.
So it works great
Sure.
until it slides down the.
Oh,
down the,
shit. Down the
fucking-
rail.
Yeah.
Oh, fuck.
You got to be careful. If
Yeah,
it's
you do.
moving it or something. But if it's just stationary, it's
Yep.
working pretty good. So I leave it like that.
Yeah, I get it. Yeah, I'm pretty creative in my garage. The way I make a hydraulic car lift, my H lift in my garage, the way they have turned that into a motorcycle lift. Yeah,
I don't know how do you do that.
I have a rail that I have put on each one of those sides
Oh,
that I have engineered through the use of ratcheting tie-down straps,
oh, good.
and it works great. Except for the fact I found out that because of my H lift, the way it was built, and hydraulic pressure being hydraulic pressure, I have to have ballast on the other side.
Oh,
I have to either make the decision and commitment to lift 2 motorcycles at one time,
because it's too light. Oh, that's funny.
or install 500 pounds of ballast on the other side, so then they will go up at the same time. It's pretty fucking hilarious. So that's fun. Did anybody catch any of the Indian motorcycle social media posts claiming that Harley was too woke?
No, this is
Harley,
interesting.
the company that literally took machine guns. No, it's not the company. The group of owners that willingly, voluntarily took machine guns to their own motorcycles because they were upset that the CEO of the company was being, quote, inclusive
Yeah, that
in their
bastards.
marketing,
Fucking
right?
Bastards.
And then Indian says, not Indian, I'm going to say this very carefully. A group of people pretending to be representing Indians' control element decided to attack Harley Davidson for being too inclusive and saying, oh, if you want a anti-woke motorcycle, you need to buy an Indian because they've been around since 19 whatever. And I'm like, no, they're Indian. They've changed hands like 14 fucking times.
Remember when the VTR didn't suck? It really sucks now. Like, it's a complete pile of shit. I wouldn't buy an Indian if you paid me.
But they're
I like Harley now.
but this is one of those situations where we say, I think
That was for Tom.
That's fair.
so I did kind of go after it, that there's an ad, and I did find it, And the ad does very much appear to be from Indian Motorcycles attacking Harley Davidson for hiring a pizza chain CEO and manufacturing vehicles in Thailand.
Really?
Meanwhile, they're very much reminding people that their motorcycles are all manufactured in the United States. Okay? And then, curiously, in the same day, a whole bunch of motorcycle influencers who are also very right-leaning
Cosplayers.
went on and just attacked Harley Davidson for things that Harley Davidson has done historically that have been identified as woke.
Well, that's a paid campaign. That's what.
That's
that is.
exactly what I'm saying. Is that's a paid. You cannot at that point suggest that those people that are in question are people that have notoriously been known for explosive speech with a dollar sign associated with it. A paid to be angry kind of situation. And this is the weird thing because Harley Davidson did succumb to pressure in 2024, dropping all of their DEI programs.
But
right?
You know what? When you talk to people,
Yes.
like you go to places and you look in forums and people talking, besides the loudmouth people from all the different sides of all the stuff that you expect to hear bitching about this,
Yep.
like you go to there was a Canadian guy that's on YouTube that had a video recently about addressing whatever. And myself and other people are like, man, I like motorcycles. I like riding motorcycles. Like none of this I don't give a shit about it. I don't care one way or the other. I care about the things behind all of this crap. Like, I have my own personal opinions on stuff, but it affects me in no way with a motorcycle. Like, unless like Hitler came back from the dead and fucking made a motorcycle, then I might be like, okay, I can't buy that motorcycle.
Yeah, of course.
But like none of this other shit. Like I think it appeals. Like this matters to so little people.
Right.
And I think all it is news cycles to get people talking about the papers that printed the fucking story about the news cycle that nobody gives a fuck about.
Right.
Except for these small people. Sorry, I'm sick of this, man.
Well, and this is why, as a person that wants to participate in this thing, and who loves the idea that there's one or two motorcycle companies that exist in the United States, shockingly,
right?
I feel like we might not deserve it, based on the way we behave.
Right.
Right. I really do. And to have this thing happening, with Indians' new ownership, this is not Polaris. This is not the old Indian. This is the new Indian. And everybody who said, okay, Indian, you're on your own now. You're no longer part of this Polaris group. Impress us. Be a motorcycle company. Build cool motorcycles. Be better than you were when you were a 7% loss leader for Polaris. And now you're on your own thanks to Carolwood LP, right? You have new owners, right? So let's talk about this. Why did this happen? And is it your thing or is it not? Or is some wild fucking loose cannon doing fucking nasty shit in your name? Because if it's some loose cannon doing nasty shit in your name, that's not great. That's fucking bad. And so ultimately what happened is Ride Apart reached out to them and said exactly that. And the downside was that the people from Indian didn't say, fuck man, that wasn't us.
Yeah.
That was not us. That was some strategically fucking false flag bullshit, and we are not behind that at all. And it turns out that when they talked to the guys from Indian, that Sean Strickland and Robbie Starbuck both said, yeah, we did that. And then doubled down on it. And I'm like, you know what? That's bullshit. That is, fuck you all. Fuck you guys. Because ultimately, I'm here for the motorcycles.
Yeah, man.
I'm here for the motorcycles. I'm here for the ride. Have owned Indians? Check. Have owned and do own Harley Davidsons? Check. Would I buy another one? Yes, of course. Absolutely.
Not new.
Okay. But it feeds the ecosystem.
Right. Yeah.
When I bought my FLH, the guy I bought my FLH from had sold it to me because he bought a new one. You're feeding the machine.
Right. And the thing is, there's no bad motorcycle except for the Regal Raptor and its new variation. But besides those two things,
That's harsh, man. I think you're woke. I'd rather have a Regal Raptor than either of these two bullshit bikes.
Yeah.
Who posted that? The new Regal Raptor.
I don't know who posted it, but literally the post essentially said, Cycle World or somebody acknowledged, they're like, first of all, they acknowledged it exists. Bad move. Bad move.
Well, did they think that the first...
Look away.
Yeah.
Look away. Pretend you didn't see it.
The first one had a Prindle. This one has a CVT. They're just getting motorcycles wrong.
They are getting motorcycles wrong.
You know what?
We made the gas tank smaller. It's 5 gallons now instead of 10 gallons.
I still
15 or whatever.
They still probably sell more of those in China than Harley and Victory or whatever the fuck that company's called now combined in the United States will for the next 5 years.
You know what, though? I have to admit, though. So Regal Raptor, they tried to clean up their shit, right? And so Jawa was like, hold my beer.
Okay, we got to talk about this.
Jawa.
Never in my history.
The Regal Raptor, both of these bikes are just, they happened so fast. I was not ready for 2 amazing motorcycles to drop in the same day.
Didn't you go to the Chinese show in California?
Yeah, no, we saw the original
Right.
Regal Raptor
We
in
did.
person.
Multiple
I have
years.
it on a video.
Multiple
man.
years. Multiple years. We saw that bike multiple years. Okay. Because I have seen many photographs of this particular motorcycle that I'm going to throw a picture up of with human beings sitting on it, I do not believe that this image or all of these images are AI. I just don't believe they're all AI. I believe there might be an actual thing that's made of, I don't know, wood and clay and paper mache, right? I think there's some things out there that exist that are not just vaporware.
In the shape of an motorcycle.
In the shape of a motorcycle. I think there are things that exist that are not just pixels, right? I think maybe. I'm just hoping.
The picture on the chat had like there were people all, it was like at the thing. I'm sure it can be AI, but it's still fucking amazing.
But look at this image.
Bam.
And the entire, you said dollar store. This looks like the motorcycle in the package from the dollar store. That entire engine looks like it's a plastic casting, like a vacuum cast.
It looks like an electric motorcycle that they made a fake engine on.
It does. It looks. We need to fill this. We need to fill the space with something that looks like a motorcycle.
So
engine.
this is supposed to be the new 353.
It's 1,000 cc's.
Okay, but it looks,
I guess
It's single?
it's mimicking the 353.
Okay.
Well, probably.
it's mimicking the 353 in so much that it has
It's
red.
and gray. And the motor looks like a 353 from the side.
Right? I mean, so
I only know this because I've owned a 353.
but
So if you're just listening, I can't describe this in any other way. It's kind of like a wannabe naked sport bike with an oversized
just so we
engine.
can give credit to Tom. This is the 353, which is already a hard to look at motorcycle.
Is that a chopper version?
No,
of it?
that's how they came out of the
that's how they
fucking
are.
factory.
That's pretty amazing.
Yeah.
Okay, so that is the Spirit. That's on the Spirit wall.
the
That's
car-
on the Spirit wall.
Yeah, the carburetor is literally buried in the engine case.
Yes.
So it's like a Bridgestone.
It is like a Bridgestone. That's exactly right. Oh, the mighty Bridgestone. But when we look at the new one, and I do want to make sure that we get its good side.
No, it's a Jawa. There is no good
There you
side.
go. What's that?
Okay, I'm gonna pull it up. Oh, fucking hell! Come on, man.
You got going on over
No, it's just one of these things. You're like, oh, okay. If you want to find a picture that isn't obviously AI, so this one's real because they blurred the cocksuckers behind it. Okay, now let's talk about the war crimes. The first thing is,
I mean, it is Czechoslovakia.
okay, let's talk about the spats on the forks.
Well, if somebody's listening and not looking at this, how
Okay.
would you describe this thing?
I'm going to describe this motorcycle as a balloon.
A balloon animal.
It's a
motorcycle.
balloon animal
It
of a motorcycle.
it looks like a piece of equipment in a hospital. Like you're
Okay.
supposed to put your face or your ass in the headlight. I can't remember
Okay.
which.
This motorcycle comes with instructions that says do not inflate over 25
Yes.
psi, and this one's
Correct.
at 40.
Correct. Yes.
There's a bunch of things. I mean, I feel like I've seen that headlight somewhere and that tank somewhere else.
Well,
and they just fucking mashed it all together.
Well, the older 353, the 350, actually is like an Indian built, like it's a Royal Enfield badged as a Jawa.
Yes, exactly. Right. Yes. It was already lost the plot.
Right.
They had already, the Czechoslovakians had already been like, we've taken it as far as we can
Well,
take
the
it.
best part is if it's fucking real, It's $70,000.
Yeah.
Well, that's going to protect them ever from having to build one.
Good
Well,
point.
Okay.
And the fact
That's
the
all
fun-
about. They're going to get press. We're talking about it.
Yeah,
Right.
good point.
We're talking about it. They're going to get press, which is good for investment capital, right? Because Jawa right now is, I'm pretty sure it's,
3 guys.
Well, I mean, it's. I mean, 70 grand, you can buy a factory in the Czech Republic.
Well, that's it. They want to build a new factory, so they want to sell one.
Sell one bike, you can open the factory.
and hire
But you
a
know what?
fourth guy.
You know what? The Czechs are at least trying to expand their motorcycle industry instead of turning it into whatever bullshit we've got going on here.
Dude, how did they not do a licensing deal with fucking Star Wars and make like a fucking...
because first of all, that's not how you say it.
Oh. Well, that sucks.
We call it Jawa.
Yeah.
They don't.
Oh.
It's Java.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah,
stupid.
Java. It's a Java.
Okay, I'm not going to
Java.
make fun of their language.
Which is even
but it
funnier
should
when
be
Alex
Jawa.
always said Jawa.
Right.
Okay, well,
again,
let me put it this way.
it should just steal parts of other motorcycles
Well,
when you
right.
park it.
What they could have done is, if they would have been sensible, in 1979, they would have started calling it Jawa.
Oh, yeah, you would have. Yeah. The scavenger of
I
the
get
desert.
before pre-78. Call it Yabba Yabba. I don't care. But after fucking 1978, it's
Hey, yo,
Jawa.
Gabba Gabba
It's a
motorcycle.
fucking Ewok special, man. It really is. And you have to understand that, like,
Oh, no, that's a great comment right there.
what's that?
Checkmate Dan says, yeah, that front end is an FLH made out of prison soap. That is a brilliant comment right there.
If you want to go to,
That's right.
yeah.
It has pubes stuck.
If you want, and I'm just gonna look it. I'm not even gonna try to defer to
And you were talking shit about the Regal
Java.
Raptor.
Yeah, I'm not gonna defer to the correct pronunciation. I'm just not. And the reason, yeah, right. Here's why. And the reason I have a problem with this is that this once
Proud.
third tier Czech motorcycle manufacturing company, and I'm giving him a lot of credit by saying third tier. This one's fourth tier motorcycle manufacturing company in the Czech Republic, okay, are made mostly in India. And this is the big deal.
I can't wait. I can't wait for the 2027 MZ.
Right. Because and I have problems pronouncing it, Tinnik or whatever, in the Czech Republic, right? That factory's still there. And it does make a couple of bikes there to satisfy European manufacturing laws so they can say, we're not getting Chinese tariffed on all these machines because we do make some of them here. And so we have Moto Morini. Yes, they are still building shit in Italy for that exact fucking reason, boys. And there's a reason that Harley Davidson will always build bikes. There's a reason BMW still builds motorcycles in Germany, even though by quantity, the mass majority of the bikes they're selling are built in China or India. Yes, it's because of rules. It's because of, if you want to say you're a European manufacturer, you need to build your shit in Europe. Who here owns a Heimgarrick piece of clothing? Anyone? Okay, me.
used to.
All right. So here's the trick. If you bought your Heimgarrick piece of clothing here in the United States, do you know where it was made? Pakistan for the win. Okay. Now, if you bought your Heimgarrick piece of clothing in Europe, do you know where it was made?
Germany.
Germany. Do you know why? Laws, rules. Is the Dionysi jacket that you're getting at Cycle Gear the same Dionysi jacket that you're getting in Italy? Not even fucking close. Do you know why? Because of rules. That's it. It says Dionysi on it. It must be the best thing on the fucking planet. Then why are they selling it at Cycle Gear? They wanted a premier name to have on their products to lure people in the stores and be like, it's a Dionysi, motherfucker. But it's not a Dionysi that's made in Europe. It is made lesser.
Hey,
It is
these
less than.
Brembo brakes.
Vibri?
Bribery?
J1?
But they say Brembo on
They
the
say
side.
Brembo right on them. Yeah.
I'm really going to get my teeth fixed.
Thanks to absorption. So anyway, I love the phrase where like manufacturing bikes in smaller quantities for European markets. Oh, gotcha. And then China. So I said in India, I said Czech Republic, and I said China. Of those three places where Jawa, I'm going to say it the way I say it.
Yeah.
If those three places that Jawas are made, let's guess what the distribution is. How many do you think are made in the Czech Republic versus how many are made in India versus how many are made in China? I wonder.
Like 1%.
Right. This is
Yeah.
kind of what I'm thinking.
Yeah.
Right. This is what I'm thinking.
They probably make slightly fewer of those than they do KTMs.
So I am of the opinion that this inflatable motorcycle fever dream prototype that we're seeing is there to do exactly what we're doing. It's to get guys in a basement in Cleveland to talk about this thing, right? That's what it's for. Because I understand how motors work. And this is not the aesthetic of a motor from this century at all. This is not the shape of a modern 1000cc motor.
So is that a fake radiator in front of the air?
If it is a fake radiator, it's 7.5 goddamn inches thick.
Yeah.
Right? And
It is very
so
Czech.
which one is fake? Is the radiator fake or are the gratuitous cooling fins fake? Pick
Yes.
your lie.
Yes.
Because I'm saying there's a lot of shrouding
Well, I
in
mean,
both
the Honda
of them.
Shadow for years has had bolt-on fins.
Of course they have. Absolutely.
So
My
for this to
Magna
have
had
bolt-on
bolt-on
fins
fins.
is not
Right.
unheard of.
It's not unheard of. So this is this idea where it is absolutely form over function, at least at this point. It's
What if inside there there's a little 350 like this from like
it's just gonna be a fucking parallel twin. It's gonna be a parallel twin 1000 that's where my money is. And then a whole lot of plumbing and then a whole lot of don't look under here panels. Because the entire belly pan on this thing is held on by 4 bolts that when you remove them, there's a whole lot of ugly under there.
And it looks like this. You were talking about the center of gravity of that KLR earlier. It looks like the center of gravity here is in your crotch.
Oh, yeah. The center of gravity on this machine is at about 18, 19 inches. Yeah, it's super duper
Because
high.
that motor is about 4 feet off the ground.
Yep. And I like how they did the bolt on of the obligatory Oleans on the back, right? To like Oleans on the back, Oleans on the front, Brembos on the front. Like they did all the things you need to do for the Milan, for the EICMA show. You know, they did all the stuff you have to do for the EICMA show. But really, this motorcycle is doing what it's meant to be done.
Tom's
It's
got a
being
point.
photographed.
Tom's got a point here, and so did you. So the engine's up there. It has exhaust pipes.
Yeah.
So that's not like a Buell under engine exhaust.
Right.
So what the fuck is that thing?
Yeah, great. Thank you.
Like, wait a
I'm
minute.
convinced everything that's silver on the side of that motorcycle is plastic
Yeah.
and it's glued on.
I think you're right.
Hey, Sleepy.
Yeah.
I wonder if that's the air box and they're putting the carburetors on the front of the bike.
They could.
Or the injection.
No, you're not. I don't think you're that far off, honestly.
And just exiting the
It's got
exhaust off the back.
It's got 4 nibby carbs from Amazon.
Yes. This motorcycle is a hate crime. That's the only way I can describe it. This motorcycle is what Jawa did to say, we need people to buy our shit. We need people to remind people that we're in the market, just like there are Chinese-made BSAs being sold in England. And we were like, I'm interested in seeing one of those BSAs from China. And everybody we know on our podcast was like, fucking shut up, man. They're garbage.
That's it.
Didn't the BSA club here give one away last year at Mid-Ohio?
Oh, my God. A new Chinese one?
Yeah, I think so.
Oh, my God.
Alex nailed it. It's a Suzuki Boulevard headlight and a Harley V-Rod tank.
Knew I'd
Or
seen
the
him somewhere.
M109.
It's an M109.
Yeah, M109.
It's an M109 headlight.
Do they get the good drugs there?
Oh my God. This is a manga/anime inflatable motorcycle, if ever I've seen one. It's not great. It's
Well,
bad.
Let's talk about a real one then, because you
Okay.
had me all excited.
Yeah.
What about the Ducati?
What about the Ducati? Oh, but that's right. We skipped the Ducati.
Yeah.
Street legal, motherfucker.
I know.
Okay.
Ducati street legal dirt bike?
Come on.
Tell me more.
That is extremely.
I felt it twitch
Troubling.
when you said that. I was like, hey.
Look, Ducati did. We were talking about the dirt bikes. We were like Ducati dirt bike, Ducati dirt bike, Ducati dirt bike. Desmo.
Well, it's funny, like Triumph is making a better dirt bike than all the normal ones. Now Ducati
$13,000
made a better dirt bikes.
And
No.
we were talking about the trail bike. We're like, how long until this fucking trail bike is street legal? And apparently the answer was until you drop the podcast.
Right.
Because this is legit. This is street legal. This has turn signals. The first one we sent pictures of, no turn signals. This one, turn signals. And yep, this is a $13,000 thing. And if you have to have a Ducati it's hard for me to look at this motorcycle when that noise is playing.
Somebody did bribe me to break that.
Yeah, take the button right
That
the fucking
deserved
clean
it.
off.
It's a Ducati dirt bike with a plate on it.
Is this the one we talked about where you get to drive it for 50 miles and then you do a teardown?
No, this can't. There's no way you can make a street legal one that has 4 hours of fucking time.
Oh, Honda's
Yes, you
been doing
can. Oh, I have evidence to back that up, and that was from Honda, no less.
on.
Yeah, the maintenance schedule of this motorcycle is probably going to be terrifying. The warranty on this motorcycle is probably going to be.
What's that, John? You want me to ride out to Geneva? Okay, I'm going to need you to have an oil change waiting for me when I get out there.
I wonder if they're even going to put it on the sheet. I wonder, oil and filter service, 1,500 miles.
Ooh,
Valve clearance, 3,000 miles.
that's a weekend.
Full, whatever they call a main engine service is at 7,000 miles.
Oh,
Okay? So,
I don't want this anymore.
well, I mean, you want to go real fast, it'll cost you, right?
Look. Do you want to be Team Red or do you want to be some sucker in a Honda? You could have a Ducati.
I mean, it is really fucking cool. It is 265 pounds with no gas in it.
What kind of monies are they asking for?
13,000.
13 G's.
13 G's. 13 G's.
I'd get the APR 7 or what was that? Fuck, what was the name of that bike? What's the Spanish brand or from Spain?
ATK?
ATK.
No, not ATK. It was like a rally bike, a 450 they had for a while.
I mean, Honda sells the Rally, which is really cool.
It is
And
really
about
cool.
a third of the price.
AJP.
Age.
AJP.
Is that what it?
Yeah, AJP.
AJP, yeah.
The Rally 450. That was that. Dudes were driving around the world and fuck the Cove.
Yeah.
You get a Cove.
And
You
Cove-
can't
right.
you can't drive this out of the state of Ohio without an engine rebuild.
42, I mean, 450 cc's, 42 horsepower, 33 pounds-feet of torque. Those are good numbers. They're
But
good
no,
numbers.
but seriously, like
Yeah.
like last year and in the next few weeks coming up when I
Right.
get out and do stuff,
Right.
I'll ride Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, easily do 1,300 miles. I could probably push 1,500 over the course of like 4 days. So what, every 4 days you have to fucking change your oil and filter
Yes.
and everything?
Right.
That's insane, dude.
That seems like a
Well,
lot.
which one? Which
But
Honda?
I mean, you're not riding that. Well, it's different though, because that's a dirt bike. So you're not. Now I'm thinking street bike.
Yeah, no. There's a Honda. I've worked on the
And this is a
expert
street
one
bike,
where
man.
you literally every time you ride the bike, you have to change the oil.
Right, but you're not. But think about it though. You're not going to slab this from here down the middle. I mean, you could, but your ass is going to hate you, and the bike's going to be. You're not highway running this thing for 3 hours.
Right.
I hope.
Absolutely.
I mean, I
Yeah.
guess you could. I don't know.
Yeah. Yeah, a quick Google said, like, what is the most expensive maintenance cost of a street legal motorcycle? The Ducati Panigale came in the first place
Oh, I'm sure.
as being the most expensive to maintain, the most expensive to own in the long run. I have also heard extreme maintenance costs from the Can-Am Spyder. And the interesting thing that we know of is that in Piaggio's three-wheel war crime, the MP3, that it has an appetite for back tires.
Yep.
Matched only by the burnout pit at Quaker Steak and Lube. Okay? That an old fat man on a Piaggio MP3 will go through a back tire more frequently than an oil change.
Well, I mean, think about it. Everything is wrong.
Everything is wrong.
Yes, you have just described an MP3.
I'm saying, like,
You have just described an MP3 perfectly.
You're pushing 2.
If you had a honk sound right now that was just a horn blaring and said everything is wrong, that would be the MP3 experience. Walk, 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 walk.
just saying.
Everything's wrong.
That back tire has to push 2 meets through turns, through things, up curbs, everything about it. And then if one bump hits weird or something, it's probably jostling around. And dude, that back tire's
And the worst part is if you don't use a really sticky tire on the rear of an MP3, it can't push the front tires.
No, it can't push the tires around. We watched one of our customers solve the problem by putting a really, really, really soft compound tire on the back end. And he did succeed in wearing out the back tire in less than 1,500 miles, but also wore out the front tires faster too. And I was like, well, great. You can do all three at the same time now.
That's only $1,400.
That's a $1,400 oil change.
Did you ever talk to Liza about her Nikon? Like,
Yeah.
how did the tire wear do on that?
I don't know. I honestly, what I know about a Nikon can fit in a fucking thimble. I've you know what? Because of PTSD, Piaggio traumatic stress disorder, I will not look directly at any vehicle with two wheels on the front that leans. I just won't. I pretend they don't exist.
Well, the funny part, you mentioned that a Can-Am Spider was very expensive to repair or service and maintenance.
Right.
And that explains why every one of them on Marketplace is cheap as shit and doesn't run. If you ever want a Can-Am Spider experience, just go on Marketplace and buy one for $500.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah. I get that. They're saying with the Can-Am, they're also saying that two major problems is one is the excessive consumption of tires on the Can-Am Spider due to three-wheel geometry, and also saying that most of them are not correctly aligned. And I will defer to that by saying that we exist in an ecosystem where the MP3 cannot be correctly aligned.
Yeah.
And Piaggio invented a fucking smoke and mirrors box that was like a lot of fucking money with little arms and things and pointers and
It's
stuff.
hysterical.
It's hilarious. And they charge dealers a lot of money for this box of fucking false hope, right? and it won't work. And by the way, I mean, like, I've done the schools. I've done the training schools where the instructor of the training school had said, okay, today we're going to teach you how to do the alignment on a Piaggio MP3. You know, you put the front wheels inside this box, this metal box, and then you make sure the bike is zeroed out according to the computer, set everything to zero, and then bring these little gauges in, these little arms in, and then touch them to the wheel at the top part and touch them to the wheel for the bottom part, and then measure the differential, and then bill the customer $900, put on new tires, and go home. Because you can't fucking adjust
by the way, the steering head bearings are bad.
Always, guaranteed, 100%, always bad.
Yeah, did they
and
use beefier
there's no
bearings?
caster and camber adjustment in the goddamn system.
It's the same. It's the same steering head bearing they've been using since 1948.
He's not lying.
Wait, to handle all that additional shit.
Right.
Yeah.
Wow,
Yeah.
they didn't do anything else
Dude,
different.
shit.
No, it's bad news bears. And then the other thing is spiders rely heavily on a network of sensors, VSS, DPS. Diagnosing these electronic systems requires BRP Bombardier Recreational Products diagnostic tools, locking owners into premium dealer labor rates, which generally run well over $150 per hour. Yeah, we know that.
And those lights are always on.
So anyway, yeah. They said that a routine service and annual oil change for a Spider can be up to $350. And then they're saying that the major service at 12,000 miles generally runs $1,000. And then they said the rear tire, which BT dubs is a car tire. This is a Spider. It does not have motorcycle tires. It has 3 car tires.
It's dark side all around.
It is all the dark side. Triple dark side.
All the cool guys run motorcycle tires. That's the force.
The dark side solution to the Can-Am Spider is a 10,000 mile lifespan on your back tire.
Wow.
And that's a really expensive fucking tire.
Have you ever seen one not doing a burnout? I haven't. I think it's
Only when they're putting new bulbs in their LED lighting. Yes. When they're installing a new whip antenna.
Dude, I have to admit though, like, I don't like them.
Yeah.
But the group that's downtown Cleveland, like the 20, 30 of those dudes that get together with, like, I think they have connected LEDs because it's sometimes like the
They're in a network?
Yeah, because the dude at the stoplight will be like, dude, and it goes do like that.
When one of them hits the brakes, they all go bright red.
Dude, it's crazy.
They're all networked.
There's like 72 people in each one. It's like, dude, they have fun. They have fun, man. I like them dudes, man.
Oh, that's hilarious.
They're never mad. That whole group is
They're just
never
happy.
mad.
They're just happy.
You know,
every
they're just-
time I've met a Spider owner, they're just thrilled to be out doing the thing, man.
Well, especially downtown. Those dudes are just fun.
They're just having a good time. Yeah. Well, we made the bust in our DGR ride. I was like, okay, so how many spiders are out here today? You know, we didn't see any spiders.
Yeah.
Okay, you guys got the memo. But then there was
Yep.
one spider.
He showed up.
Oh,
That's
did
right.
he?
Yeah. So we had one spider, and he was the guy. He normally runs the drone for us. So he normally is our drone operator.
That
So he's
one
a
with
good dude.
that like $80,000 CVO needed to add some wheels to his shit.
That was an oopsie moment.
Felt
That was a
bad.
very much an oopsie moment.
It's fun to see people pick an 895-pound bike up, though. That's
I thought it was well. The problem was once they picked it up, it almost went down again.
Yeah. Yeah, for real.
Like it was not going to happen.
It's I don't know if you guys remember from the booth. I just did want to bring this up because we saw at the AIM Expo this year the Jawa booth, and while we were in the Jawa booth, again, if you speak the language, I know you're cringing every time I say Jawa, but fuck it, we're calling them Jawas now. While we went past the Jawa booth, we did see this particular motorcycle in the Jawa booth. And when I saw this particular motorcycle, the Jawa 750 RT, boxer, hex head, whatever the fuck, this is one of the most unabashed. We saw a picture of a BMW RT once, and we're going with it.
Reminds me of the concourse.
Sure does. It reminds you of like 7 bikes because
But yeah,
they
that's-
stole from the best.
Why does it have child playground gear sticking out of the middle?
But that's isn't that been the modus operandi since the World War II anyway?
Yeah, I think you're right. I think you're right.
Hey,
It does.
hey, we've got all this BMW technology. Let's just run with it.
What's wrong with it?
So if you're just listening, this looks like a BMW K1600,
Yeah.
a scooter,
Yeah.
a Goldwing, a concourse.
Yeah. Yeah,
What
for
else?
sure.
What
Oh,
else?
it's definitely covering every BMW. So it's a K bike, it's an R bike. They've got the fake plastic on the sides to fool you into thinking those are heads.
And the body work is exactly
And then they have
about
scaffolding hanging out of it everywhere.
everywhere. And the body
Everywhere.
work is about 9.5% too large.
It is.
just like-
is.
It looks like it's exaggerated. a
It does.
bit.
Even the seat is too big. What
The
the
seat is
fuck
too big.
is that?
I've seen smaller seats on jet skis.
And
Oh, does that
the
look
back-
like a swayback horse out there? Jesus.
The sink down where you sit is a good 1.5 feet from the
Right.
top of the gas tank.
Yeah.
And the back seat's a good foot from you.
This is another dollar store toy.
Oh, yeah.
This is another dollar store motorcycle.
I bet you the front and back shots of this are amazing.
Oh, it looks better in
man.
gold.
Everything looks better in gold, says somebody.
Oh, that's sad.
It's like somebody saw the BMW
Wait,
and
they
a
have a whole
PCX.
website? What is that?
yeah.
You,
It's
well,
Jawa.
you aren't aware of the fact that Jawa actually is a company that has
Right,
a website?
it's a
No, I always
motorcycle.
I thought they were still making that 1963 looking motorcycle with the round motor. I didn't know they upgraded anything.
No, they have an entire website with
Well,
a bunch of
geez.
motorcycles on it.
They have the rebadged Regal Raptor.
And some of them aren't just rebadged off of Temu. Yeah.
Oh, please show us their sport bike.
Oh,
We have
actually,
to
that's
see
not
it.
bad.
It's not bad. I mean, it's a motorcycle. I mean, that's like their standard 750 parallel twin. But it's the same 750 parallel twin that's in this fucking thing that's in that giant fake BMW
You know,
thing.
Yeah.
you know. I'm
Yeah.
gonna say the words. Having
Yeah.
seen the side of the motor,
Yeah.
it's the same ones in the Marini.
It's not the
Well,
same.
I mean, it looks very similar.
Right. I'm saying that
Not
this
that big plastic ugly
this
thing, but-
division may be the Indian division, or this division might be the
Right.
Chinese division, right? But what we know for a fact is, I don't think they're going to do well here. And when we saw their booth, and I went into the booth and I kind of looked at stuff, and the stuff that was in the booth, it was painful. It was one of those things where it was Special Olympics painful.
You know what it is? I got
Yeah.
it. Do you
Tell me.
remember 2 years ago at the AIM show?
Yes.
We were in that one booth, and the guy was super proud about that fucking light blue cafe racer with the black and yellow fucking cross things and like all the wrong things done
All
to
the
it.
wrong stuff.
They're like, we're gonna sell a bunch of these, and I think we just kind of went,
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And then CSC and everybody picked them up, and I kept seeing everybody. All the reviews were like, "This is such a great bike," and all the China Rider had a thing like, "This is the greatest bike," and then they just disappeared,
They just went away.
gone, man.
They just went the
Because they were
fuck away.
shit. They were just ugly and horrible.
So how's the chinchilla doing?
Again, right? Don't know. Don't rightly care. We have not had any demand for one. So despite their amazing marketing team and their extensive reach in the United States market, we have yet to have somebody come into the shop and say, Gotta get me a chinchilla.
I have really been jonesing for the Napoleon Bob.
The Napoleon Bob.
But they'd have it would be called the Chi-Chi. Instead of the chinchilla, people would just be like, give me
The
a Chi-Chi.
Cheech.
The Cheech.
The
Now
Cheech.
I can get into that.
Hey, if they bring the Jawa 352 stroke that looks like the original Jawa 352 stroke, I'll be all on that.
Oh man,
They can't.
I don't want any part of this. I just don't want any fucking part of this. This is one of those things too where you're just like, stop, just fucking stop. I get it. You know.
You know what I do want?
Yeah.
I want a ZX Moto. I want them dudes to come over here. The bikes that they're producing, man, after they won that MotoGP race and everything else like that, they're producing some high quality shit. Every review in Europe that I've seen has got like the 800 and the other bikes. They say they're really good bikes for what they are.
Yeah.
And
I
the
mean,
story-
$6,500
Yeah.
in China, like in US dollars in China, an 820cc sport bike, right? Dual overhead cam, 3 cylinders, right?
It's a good looking bike too.
Pull it off, man. Make it work. Yeah, make it work. Make it happen. The whole idea about the campaign, the campaigning of that motorcycle, it was all about the rags to riches story. That idea is like hard work, intelligence, hard work, dedication. You're gonna get to a racetrack. You're gonna race it. You're gonna do great, and that's fucking amazing.
I hope
150
it's true.
horsepower.
I really
right?
hope
Yeah.
the story's true. You never know.
Right.
But it seems like the footage is there and the guy, the years of him doing that are there. So
Right. Yeah. And there is a lot of hype to be had in that story. There's a lot of hype to be had in that. And that's the crazy
You
thing.
mean Jack Daniels wasn't exactly the man they told us he was? What about Pappy Van Winkle?
Right. Yeah. It's and so that I think ultimately, like we say with a lot of electric motorcycles, is like, yeah, let me see 5 of them on the road. Let me see 10 of them on the road. Let me see a dealership that sells them, whatever the fuck it is. Then we can get kind of more into it. And that's the way I feel about that fucking vaporware that is the Jawa 1000.
Smith, keep the dream alive. Is Shanky's real? Is Shanky
Oh
real,
my
man?
God. Or is it
Absolutely.
fake? Oh my
Absolutely,
God.
it's real.
Oh man.
I was getting a little depressed. We're getting down a dark thing. Everything's fake.
Oh yeah. It's clearly. Yeah. And this
We can prove the Shankalicious to you here.
Yeah, exactly. Right. We can definitely confirm the shankosity of the entire situation real easily.
That's
Yeah.
a good word.
Yeah, the shankosity.
Yeah, you might have to keep that one.
It's right up there with the cromulence.
Yeah.
Yeah. The
And consent.
All I can think of is shankinality.
shankinality. Yes. The extra shankinality. Yeah, I'm very concerned about some of the fakey stuff that's out there that people are going, yeah, this is real and we're going to do this and this is going to be awesome. When I know that in the vast majority of these things, it is all about getting investment capital into your operation so that you can just be like, and that failed.
Oh,
Yeah, well, what was that car that
The Elio,
Hoffer was going to buy?
Yeah, the Elio.
Yeah,
what was that motorcycle
The
with the
Elio
solid-state
Gonzalez?
batteries again?
something
Yes,
like that.
that
the
was,
Elio.
yeah,
he
the
put
Verve.
a certain amount of money down
Yes,
to have one of the first 100 of those. I
Yeah.
think.
Right. Yeah. I mean, there are things out there. There are people out there that have made a living of going from noble cause to noble cause, going, hey, guys, get in at the ground level for just $1,000 a pop. And then when we have $5 million, we'll go, well, that didn't work.
Yeah.
Well, where'd you spend all your money on? Well, the research and development
Meetings
and his bonus and my bonus and their bonuses. And it just didn't work. So we had to move on.
Private jets aren't cheap.
Yeah, well, I think in these situations, more importantly, you don't buy the private jet, you lease the
Oh, no,
private
you
jet,
lease
and
it.
you
Yeah.
maintain your lifestyle.
Fractional ownership.
Right? Exactly.
I
Don't
only
ever
need it 3 times a year.
don't ever be there when the debt comes home. Right. Always be that whole like, okay, all right. Yeah, I'm definitely of that gap where now when I see vaporware, when I see things at a show, when I see stuff that's there and the manufacturer's like, yeah, this is, here's the numbers and the numbers look really fucking good, then I'm always like, yeah, that's not real. That's not going to happen. That's just not going to happen. And then I start looking for the blemishes that we know all exist when you make something in a factory. And when I'm looking at the vehicle and looking for the things that happen when you build a bike in a factory and they're not there, then I'm like, they're a long way away from production.
That trail of MIG wire that the 13-year-old left behind.
Or casting marks.
Yeah.
Or casting marks. Because we're like, okay, this particular one, you cut out a billet.
Yeah.
This one, you machined out a billet. But the production ones aren't going to be machined out of billet. Honda only made the KO for as short of a fucking run as possible. And then they moved on to mass production. Yeah. They're just not going to be there. So yeah, it's definitely a thing that in this industry we got to become more skeptical, or we're gonna believe a lot of cool stuff. Yeah. So yeah, it's tough. Speaking of old, crusty, rusty, horrible shit, I got another bike today from Mid Ohio.
Oh,
nice.
Good. What'd you get?
Well, for the 5th time, I own an Aprilia Mojito.
Oh no.
I have bought and sold this particular scooter 5 times. Yeah, it's great. The title on the back of the title should just have our name on the back of it 6 times. They should not bother going to get a new title made.
If found, please return to.
Yes. The guy that sold it to me today said that he calculates, based on how many miles he put on it, that it cost him $1 per mile to own it for the past 3 years.
Wow.
So he paid $1 per mile. And I was like, that's way more than an Uber.
Yeah.
You could have had an air-conditioned Uber ride everywhere where you wanted to go and saved on the insurance and saved on the plates and saved on everything.
You're a hell of a salesman
Just
there, Phil.
based on that. And when he brought it in, even on the telephone, I told him what I'd be paying him for it. I was like, if you ride it here, because this was what I was gobsmacked when I was like, it runs? Yeah, it runs. And he goes, you guys worked on it 3 years ago. And I went, yeah, we did. But we didn't think it would still be running 3 years later.
The problem I have every time a Mojito pops up is that is an ET4 125 motor with no immobilizer.
No.
So no matter what you do to the rest of that bike, that motor is good for 20 to 30,000 miles. So there's one for $300 right now, which is probably more than you paid, on Marketplace, and I see the motor. I don't see that bike.
It's all the body
I see
is
the motor.
all the body is fucking destroyed.
Right.
So to give you guys backstory, my company sold exactly 2 of these, and we know where both of them are because I bought one of them today, and the other one is still on Facebook Marketplace.
The other one is on Marketplace.
Shit fucked. It is shit mixed. All the body work has been taken off with vice grips.
No. Either that or there's a third one out there, a third black one out there, because there's one for $300 with no title, but it's all together.
Is it all together?
It's all together.
All right. That one might not. So we sold 2. So, just to make sure everybody understands, in complete total disclosure, we sold 2 of them in year of our Lord 2004 or 6 or whatever it was. And for people that don't know what this fucking thing is, it is the most replicated scooter on the planet because it itself is a replica. They stole the design. Aprilia stole the design from the Honda Shadow, a.k.a. Honda Joker, 150 or 125. But then before Aprilia could get the cocksucker out, their theft, the Chinese already beat them to it with the Low Boy and whoever else you want to name. The handlebars are exactly as wide as a super fat guy. Like, the handlebars in this picture do not give justice to how wide they are in real life.
Imagine buckhorn handlebars, then imagine them bigger.
It fits through no doorway in America.
But the weird thing is that they came in 2 styles. They had the buckhorn handlebars and they had the solid plastic headset.
Yep.
So that's the weird part.
Yeah.
Well, that's what when Triumph was doing the bobber, they were like, "Hey, we need handlebars." He's like, "What?" And he goes, "Bring me that scooter." Those handlebars. We're gonna put them on the bobber.
And I think I've seen these in black.
We only ever had them in black.
A dark blue, and I think I've seen one silver.
Yeah. The handlebars on this thing are outrageously wide. And what's funny about them is with most motor scooters, when you turn the bike hard lock to lock left and right, you move your knee to the side and you turn the handlebars with inside your knee, right? That's what you do. And on this bike, when you turn the handlebars hard left lock left or right, it traps your knee so you can't put your foot down.
Oh.
So when you're making a lock-to-lock turn at 5 miles an hour in the parking lot, and if you have an oh shit under velocity moment,
Oh, you can't.
and you throw your foot out, you can't. You're trapped. And have you ever fallen off a motorcycle at 5 miles an hour and you can't put your foot out because the handlebars have locked your leg in? It's very scary. It's 5 miles an hour, but you fall over like you're on top of the fucking Tacoma Narrows Bridge.
No, I was about to say 5 miles an hour is down by your feet.
Yeah.
You're traveling at 2,900 miles an hour because that's why
You're
tell
catapulting your melon into the deck.
Yeah, you've experienced the 10 millimeter acceleration factor.
And you cannot turn the handlebars. Once they have locked in and trapped you, you cannot kick past them. There is no magic way to get your knee on the other side of those handlebars. And I think, Tom, that's why they switched over to the fully encapsulated normal scooter handlebars, because these things were probably hurting people.
Oh, I don't doubt it.
And what's funny is all the Chinese companies didn't copy the rational handlebars. They all copied these because these big buckhorn handlebars give people like, look, it's like a Harley Davidson.
The Fly Il Bello, and
There's
then
so many.
It's got chrome on it. It's not
the
gay.
BMS that we practically gave away.
It's black and chrome, Martha.
Yeah. It's not like that.
Oh no,
other
the best
scooter.
the best part is
Push
that
your
company-
sphincter back in and fucking jump on your bike.
The best part is the company that builds them to your college football team's logos. all over them.
God.
There's a company that literally does every football team in America.
Oh, and they're in Florida.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're distributed out of Florida. I just know it. But what's hilarious is I took the thing out for a ride today, and it is absolutely fine. It is absolutely okay. It's not winning any races. I had it up to 60 miles an hour.
Wow.
You are riding in the weirdest riding position because your hands are down like you're trying to levitate 2-gallon jugs of milk out in front of you at a 45-degree angle. So that's weird. At no point does it ever feel like I'm in a hurry or like whatever. It does give you the feeling like on low speed turns, you're like, oh, no, these handlebars are way too wide.
It literally feels like you have two dowsing rods for steering.
Yes, it does. It's so weird.
Here's a question for you, Phil.
Go ahead.
Right up there. Hey, guys.
It says, hey, guys, can you take a look at the Vitachi Austin 250?
And tell me why I shouldn't get one now.
I mean, are they free?
Hold on.
Do they come 2 for 1?
Austin.
It's a Vitachi. So.
Yeah, it's a Vitachi, so that's already a bad scene.
I mean, what flea market are you buying it from?
Oh no, it's going to be from like Moto Buys or some fucking horrible
Amazon.
fucking awful.
It's like an Amazon
Yeah,
special.
it's going to be.
It's on flash sale.
Yes. Well, okay, what is it? It's probably the exact same motor.
It's a Venox Venom.
No, it's not. It's not. It's not even close to
It's not a
Venox
Venom?
Venom. No, not even close.
Oh.
No, it's not even close. It is like every CG 180, CG 125,
Hawk?
CG 200.
No, the Hawk's the dirt bike.
The Hawk's the dirt bike. This is basically just every Chinese 250.
Yeah.
That's all this is.
It's a copy of the Honda 250.
Yeah, this is every single.
So it'll run, but you're going to go 8 miles an hour. Like, what is the speed of it?
I think it's going to be a push rod.
Once you change the oil and set the valves, you'll get 500 miles out of it.
It's going to 230 cc's, push rod, 4-stroke, whatever, CDI ignition.
That Linhai motor.
Yeah, it is. It is that motor. I mean, I wouldn't. I hate it when people say, "Oh, it's a G250." I don't think it qualifies as being that. I do think that this particular company.
Does it come with the MSO on the box, or does
I think it
have
might.
a title?
But
I think it might be.
Look, you know what it is?
You can become
you
a
put
dealer.
a good paint scheme on anything, and fucking they look way better.
Which one?
Any of them, because like it looks like an RD250 or like a Cat.
Well, of course,
Yeah.
this is this thing, right? This is what this motorcycle is. This is a 2-valve engine. It's a single cylinder.
These are the kind of bikes they sell in supermarkets.
In supermarkets,
Mexico.
yeah, exactly. That's exactly what this is. This is an Italika one. In Mexico, the rules are
Yeah.
going to be different because of the
Italika.
CCs. But this is going to be like an Italika 180 or what Italika 150 or
So that's
something.
what the cameraman got
right.
on the second
Which,
part
granted-
of the round.
Yeah. Yeah, it's just what it is. And honestly, I don't know fuck about Austin or Austin or Vitachi. I know that the more vowels it has in its name, the more we should be suspicious
Well, I
of
know
it.
that you could probably put that into Alibaba and get it for $1,000 cheaper.
Exactly.
He should buy one though, and then ride it, and then tell us
Right,
what,
exactly.
what he thinks. I mean,
Right, that's a good
Well,
point.
Vitachi is as funny as it sounds, has been around for about 20 years now.
Well, they used to
they've
make
been selling in
cameras,
the States.
right?
So the fact that they haven't been sued out of existence is kind of weird.
Yeah. So
So it's still better than the
know.
one that was down here in Akron.
But we can't talk the guy out of buying. Right?
$1,449.
Yeah, Jesus.
Okay.
Christ, who cares?
And okay, for $1,450,
Yeah.
What's the worst thing
I mean,
that could happen?
I guess it's more about
Right?
what your expectations are. Because like when I bought that Tahoe Hellcat, my expectations was this needs to last 3 weeks and
Right.
go to Mid-Ohio.
Yes,
It
exactly.
did its job and I sold it. So if your expectations, hey, I want to go down to the college town and cruise around at 35 miles an hour.
They're literally going to be
You can get a
grade
coffee,
1 or
yeah,
2
yeah,
steel.
That's fine.
It
Yeah,
has
right.
the two most important fucking words that I've ever seen in a Chinese-made motorcycle being sold in the United States: free shipping.
Oh,
Okay.
Yeah, look at that.
It is,
Right?
it is Amazon
That
free
counts.
and flash
Right?
sale.
It is the two words that matter the most to anything. And I am 100% certain this is going to be shipped to you from China. I don't think this is going to stop in Texas because that involves paying the tariff there. And I don't think these guys are going to do that. This is a place, this company, Moto Buys, right? Which I have used Moto Buys before to show people in my showroom what they're buying with a different sticker on it. When people are like, oh, this guy's going to sell me this Hawkwind 250, and he showed me he paid $2,399 for it. And I'm like, well, the Hawkwind 250 is also the Vitace Tank Pro, and it's $1,200.
The CSC,
Right. Right.
whatever.
The thing you have that looks like a 2024 Yamaha Zuma is a Vitace Tank Pro 200 with fuel injection, mind you, for $1,249. Now, thank you. It's a fuel injected bike for $1,249 fucking dollars. Now, how bad could it possibly be? Well, good news, you'll never get an STD while riding it.
Well,
Because
good news,
nobody's going to fuck you harder than you just fucked yourself.
good news is it comes
Right?
with Changshen tires, which
Sure.
will never wear
right.
out.
They'll never wear out. Right. This is just one of those things where we just say, buyer beware. Caveat emptor. You get exactly what you get. Are you going to be the kind of person that's going to be like, well, I made my decision. I bought this thing from, the usual scumbag, and I paid my $14.99. It showed up at my house. I broke off 17 fasteners trying to put it together. I went and bought real hardware for everything I broke, and now it's 10% better than it was when it showed up. And over the course of the next 1,200 miles, I'm going to find every other weak link in the bike.
Oh yeah, every connection for the plastic's made out of sand.
I know that I'm supposed to adjust the valves every fortnight, but instead, I'm just going to run it because who the fuck cares? It was only $1,499. But here's where I draw the line. If you can't work on it yourself, if you don't possess the skill set, and you call your local motorcycle shop and they say, go fuck your hat, do not turn into a whiny little bitch and be like, well, but you got a motorcycle shop and because that is the phone call I get 9 to 12 fucking times a week is, I've got a Fling Poo 180 and you have to fix it for me. Fuck you.
But you know what's
Click.
funny? You
Right.
know what's funny? So
Oh, no, don't click on them, Chris. Because let me tell you a little something about how the star system works in ratings and reviews. Okay? If you've got a nice cooking around at a nice 4.8 stars, I'm going to let you guess how many 1-star reviews it takes to drag a 4.8 into a 4.5. 1.
yeah.
Because the system is weighted towards the negative, because negative reviews get more clicks. So it is not. You could have 15 5-star reviews and it will not move you up to a 5-star. But one 1-star review will drag you much further away from 5 stars than a whole bunch of 5-star reviews will drag you towards a 5-star. That's the way the system works, and it's bullshit. And so when somebody calls me on the phone and says, I've got a Vitace Tank Pro 200, and the guy at Harley Davidson said you work on these. Well, fuck him. I don't. But I usually try to be super nice. And I'm like, oh, I'm sorry, we don't work on the Chinese scooters. They're really hard to get parts for. They tie up my lift for a really long time. And sometimes while they're here being worked on for problem A, problem B or C pops up. And we can't get parts for them. We're not a dealer for them.
The mechanic has
Should
Tourette's.
you please call your manufacturer and find out who their authorized local dealer is? Well, you don't have to be an asshole about it. All I told you was no in the nicest way possible. Well, he was mean. He was arrogant. He was egotistical. No, you're fucking embarrassed is what it is. You're embarrassed. You fucked up and you now realize you fucked up because your $1,500 experiment with Chinese prostitution didn't go your way.
But they can't, like, okay, as long as you're like you said, if you're a mechanic and stuff, they can be fun, man.
Great.
Like,
If you're a mechanic and you're really good at what you do, you can buy shit at Harbor Freight.
yeah.
Right? But if you're a home gamer and you're trying to build your very first house with the saw you bought at Harbor Freight, you might not go so well.
Right. Yeah. No, it's definitely
Right?
like you're not. A lot of people think they're going to get their little first 250 motorcycle, jump on it, and go on this countryside 80-mile, 100-mile ride. Ain't happening, man. That thing's going to fall apart.
Tim Hempfling had fantastic results with the California Scooter Company, Zongshen ZX3
Well,
he
he
bought.
worked for those results.
But he put it in. He put the time and the effort in to find the weak links and fix them.
Do you remember? So I was hugely on Adventure Rider back then, especially when it came out. I think I had an NC 700 or something.
Right.
I don't know, whatever.
Yeah.
But those bikes came out, and it was almost painful to watch all the guys do all because like there were a dedicated group of guys that were going to make those fucking bikes work.
Oh,
Are you fucking kidding me?
$4,000 adventure bike. We're gonna make them fucking.
Yeah.
work.
I'm going to prove that I'm not stupid.
Dude, these guys were like, okay, I have the crankcase in half. Now what I'm doing is I'm replacing this bearing. Here's the part number for all balls. It's usually a steering bearing, but we're going to use it for the crank.
My buddy's got a lathe, and we're making a new crank. It's only going to cost us $90,000,
I know.
but it's going to work.
But once we get the first one, I can make
Right.
each one of you guys one for $2,400.
Exactly. Yeah.
But it was sad. But like some of these dudes had 40, 50,000 miles. In fact, the
Yes.
first time I ever met Danimal, that dude from the Adventure Rider
yeah.
that was going around the world,
Right.
Cycle South, I was at the Quaker Steak and Lube bike night with my Africa Twin, and he had that bike. No, I didn't have my Africa Twin. I had, whatever, doesn't matter. I had something else. And I walked up, I'm like, holy shit, you got one of these things. I'm like, how is it? And he's like, well, let me tell you. And then for 2 hours, he regaled me of like how this is the third motor.
I systematically deconstructed the universe
Yeah.
and all the things within it.
That's my
so I could
DR650
ride.
swing arm that's now on this bike
Yes.
and like all this different shit. And like,
Yeah, I've had to retro engineer motorcycling from the very first Indian 4-cylinder to get to where I am right now.
but
Right.
it only cost me $4,000 brand new.
Exactly. Right.
You're like,
and
dude, you
if
could
your
have-
time is worth 5 cents an hour,
Right.
you are now way too deep into it. I promise you, this is the kind of stuff. And yes, Sleepy comes on and it's like, no, my Tao Tao Vader was great.
It was great.
Pause. After you,
Oh yeah, I did. I mean, all the bolts were replaced, the axles were replaced, but I knew that going into it. It wasn't like I was like shocked. I had the axles waiting.
but that doesn't mean it didn't happen.
No, of course. Like
Right.
you have to. Okay, if
So
you're
if your
buying
time
a-
is worth $10 an hour,
right,
if your time is worth $10 an hour and you paid $1,500 for that bike, what is your total sunk cost? Done at the end of the bike. The bike's done. It's finished. It's riding. It's what you want it to be.
I mean, I don't know. It's $1,800 maybe.
So you feel like you're into the thing all done for under $2,000.
oh yeah,
That's good. That's
And
great.
But then I sold it. So I rode it
Right.
from Mid Ohio, did
Right.
some things, and I sold it. I got like $1,600
Right.
back out of it because
Right.
it was all done.
Exactly.
You know,
And you possess the skills to do that.
Right.
And it's because of your knowledge and because of your skill set that cost of ownership, the sunk
Right.
cost is under $2,000.
So
But
Hey.
for a guy who can't find his ass with both hands,
Well, that's the sad part is the
who's
people
paying
like,
Tom $140 an hour,
that blue and silver 150 that we did like on
The
a whim to
Rocetta.
test the Rocetta.
the Rocetta,
that we
which
did
is
as a test.
to be affectionately known forever as the Rocetta.
How much of a pain in the ass was it for you to sell that?
Again, 7 months of my life I'll never get back, right? Having to talk to the worst people on Facebook Marketplace,
Yeah.
right? Just repetitive. My dick would look like a beaver's tail for as many times as I had to step on my own fucking dick trying to sell this fucking bike because it was tragic. And you just, the guys would show up and you'd be like, look, if you got $500 in your pocket right now, I'll take it.
Yeah.
Well, I got $250. You brought $250 to buy a motorcycle that was advertised at $750.
Yeah.
What planet do you live on?
and that-
well, I expected you'd finance me.
And
I had 40 or 50 people come up and say, well, I got a loan for my car. Why can't you finance me? I don't know. On a Chinese fucking 10 or 15-year-old scooter that has a Kelly Blue Book value of negative 47 pesos?
Yeah.
Fuck you, right? But again, I'm an asshole.
And it'll last
One
totally
star.
until the belt
One
breaks.
star.
One star.
Exactly. Exactly. They're
star.
fighting to leave me 1 stars. Yeah. Yeah. And like people don't realize how terrible that is being a business owner and trying to run when the expectations of the consumers are unrealistic. And that's the nicest possible way to put it. And if you're in the motorcycle industry, you know exactly what I'm talking about. And if you aren't in the motorcycle industry, the next time you go into your friend's shop or to the guy's shop down the street, be a little nicer, right? Be a little understanding. If he stops and he just stops and he has a 1,000-yard stare and you just are like, why? Is he just rebooting? What's going on?
Back away slowly and get him a copy.
He's just trying to process some weird shit that just happened, right? And it's just what it happens. So,
Or,
yeah, be
or if
careful.
it's like in a big box store, motorcycle store, the guy that's staring at you probably hasn't eaten in 3 days because he hasn't been paid. So give the guy a little break, like, you know.
Yeah, he's only got to follow 750 more leads before the computer will let him have his consignment check.
Yeah.
Have you called 25 people today, Johnny?
Oh, not called. No, you have to text, you have to email, you got to hit him on the TikTok. You got to make a 1 minute
right.
video.
Yeah.
You got to send him a 1 minute personalized video on TikTok. Yeah, that's where it's at now, boys. Yeah. Oh, you need to make, when you see the recommendations that we get from our manufacturers of the way we're supposed to reach out to a customer that has expressed a casual 1-click level of interest in the thing that we have, not a modicum, a 1-clicker, like clearly. And these marketing departments are like, I don't know why I got 75 test ride requests yesterday, and they're all from a zip code that you wouldn't drive somebody else's car into. And I got 75 test ride requests from that particular zip code, from all these different names and email addresses that could not exist because they don't have a dot in them or an at in them, right? So I'm like, or they don't, yeah, they just literally do not have what needs to be in there. And I get 75 leads. If I worked at a real motorcycle dealership, notice what I said there.
Yeah.
A real motorcycle dealership, I would be required, in order to get paid, to chase down every one of those, quote, leads that you look at it and you're like, this is a 0 value lead. Oh, but like the distributor spent $1 million on a marketing campaign, and this is what it came up with.
Well, Phil, that's why I need to talk to you about my new product,
Yes.
AI Salesman. You
It's
don't
called
have
Echo.
to do that anymore. We'll do that for you.
Hours of my life.
Yes, I'm sure.
Hours of
Why
my
is
life
this AI
I will never
recommending
get
I
back.
drive by and kidnap somebody's dog?
Do you remember when we were at the AIM show and the AI guys were trying to sell us on AI, but then they didn't even have a booth or anything interesting?
They didn't have a booth, or the fact was that the robot AI had set up their booth for them, but forgot to include the humans.
Yes.
Which we thought was the most funny. Is we're walking by like, this is Echo AI company's booth. It's not a cheap place to be.
No.
And yet Echo had failed to understand the human concept of you cannot just have 2 chairs sitting on top of a table with the name of the booth there that you paid some jobber, some guy on Fiverr to set up and unload out of the container.
Right.
And then the whole weekend, there was nobody in the fucking booth.
Nope.
At all. And then when the people that were AI running your business stopped us to talk to us, they did not understand how a motorcycle shop functioned.
No.
Or any of the things that would happen over the course of a normal.
All they could tell you was, do you want to hear from 40 to 50 potential customers a day? And you were like, I kind of do.
Let's increase your number of contacts. And I'm like, don't increase the number of my contacts.
No. Quality.
Increase the quality of my contacts would be really great.
Yeah.
Right. I don't need another person calling me about their Chinese motor they bought and they're trying to put it on their Huffy.
Right.
That's not a call I need more of.
You guys got anything for under 1,000?
What's the smallest wheel you'll mount? Now, I'm going to tell you that's not how they say it. That's how they should say it.
Yeah.
But if you are in the two-wheel industry right now, you'll know that the bane of your existence are these small electric scooters.
Oh, God.
Because when the story starts with, so I got this scooter, and you're like, here we go.
Click.
And I need to have tires put on it. Or it popped the tire, and I need a tire. Okay, I got this scooter, and it needs a back tire. Now, you'd think, after 30 years in the industry, okay, We do that. I have a machine that does that.
What do you got? A Vespa? You got a Lambretta? What do you got?
What do you got? For 30 years, this has been a very common phone call. Well, it's a what? It's on whatever. Is this electric? Yes.
Are you speaking Yiddish?
Does it have
or
a
you
seat?
had cheese?
Hold on. It's electric? Yes.
Boogie woogie.
No. We don't do that. But it's a tire. And the guy at the bicycle shop said you'd do it. No, the guy
He did, huh?
The guy at the bicycle shop blew you off because it's easier to say go than to say no. When you say no, you have to justify your no. But when you say go, you're helping. So he's a good guy because he sent you to me. But he knows I don't suffer fools.
So now you get to be the bad
So
guy.
now I get to get the 1 star, right? So here we
Send
go.
him back to the bike guy. For
So I'm
Christ's
like,
sake.
He's
is
lying
this
to
a thing
you.
you stand up on? It is. Well, we only service road legal motor vehicles that have license plates on the back and that kind of thing. But you do scooters. I saw scooters on your website.
With
Yes,
license
yes,
plates.
yes, I do. But I also don't do handicap rascal scooters, and those are called scooters too. And I don't do the stand-up kids scooters, you know, things that run around batteries. I do motor scooters, Vespa motor scooters, that kind of thing, the whole deal. This is a phone call that I have 20 goddamn times a day. And if AI had a easy button that would make those guys fucking fuck off or buy real bikes, then I'd be in. I'd pay for the AI. I'd be right there. I'd be first in line, motherfucker. But instead, it doesn't. And then now I get a transcript from AI that says at, 9:15 p.m., we took a phone call from Harry Mary Rotten Crotch at this number, and this is her email address, and this is where they live, and they said they have this kind of bike, because if you haven't worked with an AI program yet, the AI program suffers fools. The AI program is magically good at suffering fools with my voice.
Oh, some AI suffered my fool today. I was pissed. I was fucking arguing with a collection agency is trying to collect from my dead mother
Right.
a bill that I've already taken care of.
This is
at
not
the
going
bank.
to stop.
And
There's
so-
a guy with a dead mother, I can tell you.
Oh yeah, no. So I'm going back and forth, and so the person's like, "Let me transfer you." I'm like, "Okay, good, a human."
I'm human.
So they come on and they're like, "Oh, I'm so sorry about this. First of all, condolences." I'm like, "Thank you very much."
Right.
So, and I'm trying to be mad, but they're being really nice.
Super nice.
So then I get to the point of being really mad and I start screaming, and then I heard it. And then the guy came back. Then I'm like, "Oh, that was a response that was not prepared for."
That's right.
And I'm like, "This
You broke its
motherfucker's a
little AI
robot."
brain.
I'm like, I'm arguing with a goddamn
You
robot.
sure are.
I'm like, "You motherfucker."
Oh, when I test drove the AI system for our shop, when I test drove the system, calling to myself and having an argument with myself on the telephone was an eerie and irreplaceable fucking experience. But more importantly, me replicating the phone call. And the funny thing about AI is, like, AI should have known that it was my own voice, because they went to a lot of trouble to match my voice.
Right.
And it was hilarious. It was great. It was a duplicity moment. It was awesome. But more importantly, I pretended to be the bad call that I get every day.
Oh yeah.
And I just would not let it die. And I wanted to see how AI handled it, and then what AI did to resolve it before AI sent its report to me and said what the call was all about.
Yeah.
I wanted to see the AI synopsis of the 10-minute awful phone call about the fucking tire I needed for my kid's stand-up scooter, right? The Razor or whatever the heck it was. And I wanted to see how AI dealt with that, and if AI was saving me any time. Because I know me talking to this fucking mouth breather would take me about, 7 or 8 minutes, or as long as we decided to let the flagellation go on, right? But when AI did it, AI sent me a fucking trope in email of this call list. And it also is, the notification is like, you should never miss a call. Don't ever miss a call. Answer every call. Answer everything. And the AI program that I was test driving automatically answers them and sends them up to the, quote, next level of tech support, so that they get an automated response that says, hey, we've talked to our service department about your situation, and we really think a great idea would be blah, 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 whatever, right? And it did that. It called me back, right, after I was super angry with it. It called me back, and it said, hey, we've talked to our tech department, and we've decided that, this isn't really the kind of bike that we work on or whatever. And it was very friendly. It was very nice. It was not my voice, so I'm still the asshole. AI didn't help me duck that fucking thing. But anywho, they also sent me the the text. They sent me the diatribe. They sent me this thing. And then AI gives you the recommendation of the right way to handle the customer and says, would you like us to call the customer back with this response in your voice, or would you like to modify it in some way?
But how long until, because at work right now, so I have a dude that's like the face of where I work, right?
Sure.
And so if he fucks something up in a video or whatever, and I have to fix it and he's unavailable, I used to be fucked.
Yeah, but
Now-
you're not anymore.
No, because now I've programmed an AI model of his voice, and I can literally type a script in, and I don't need him for voiceovers anymore.
Absolutely.
So here's my question.
Yeah.
How long until the customers just have an AI model of them arguing with an AI model of the fucking thing? so then you're just holding your thing, and then
That's going nowhere.
I love it. And you just wonder why your phone bill is so fucking high.
So you're just like, hey man, I gotta call Spectrum. They misbilled me. So you just put your phone and then you just and then you just go and fucking jerk off or do something else.
Have your
and
assistant
then-
call my assistant.
Yeah, right.
And they can do lunch.
So I mean, we're not far from that.
No, we're not.
You know that there's a program
You're
right now.
absolutely right.
Yeah.
That makes perfect fucking sense, Sleepy. Oh my God. It
And
is
then we're gonna get to the point of just grunts.
right. My test drive, my 1 week test drive with the AI did not end well. And for the real customers that did call, for the people that legitimately called, they were like, hey man, did you have an AI thing going on your phone? Like,
No,
they
no,
got
us?
it. They
No,
got it.
hell
And
no.
I got the transcript. And then it said, is this really Phil or is this AI?
Yeah, and see that's the thing
And then
too.
they have to say, well, we're working with Phil. This is a marketing company. We're working with Phil to help him take care of his call management and everything else to give you better service, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. Is there anything you'd like to say to Phil? And like one of the things was one of my customers I know said, I don't like fucking talking to robots.
Yeah.
Right? Like you deceived me, you tricked me, and I don't appreciate that. And so when I had to bail out with a company and tell them that their services were no longer requested at ClevelandMoto, they were like, well, why on earth would you possibly not want to give us $5,000? And I was like, the reason is this. The reason is exactly this. The uncanny valley. You know, whatever term you want to use, it didn't pass the Turing test. Whatever term you need to use for your level of intelligence to say no.
Well, also we're getting to the point now too. Like at work, I can't help it. Work mandates that I have to use AI for certain things if I want to. Or
Understood.
Not. But my personal opinion is I'm not super stoked on it in some ways. Like I have to use it here and there and whatever to keep up with things. But it's like you don't want a potential customer to also not like you because you're using a service.
Bingo.
Like you don't want any reason for a customer to not use you.
Right.
We all
Exactly.
how many times a day do you have to yell human or supervisor into a phone when talking to a fucking bank?
Oh my God, dude, I was just about to say that. So I'm arguing with another person today, right? And I'm arguing with the AI and I'm screaming, human, please give me a fuck. And it must have transferred me. So some lady's like, hi, this is Samantha. I'm like, are you a fucking human? And she goes, yes, I'm sorry you're having a bad day. And I was like, it's your system. That's
It's usually decibel based.
Right,
It's
yeah.
usually based on bouncing the decibels.
Well, I don't know, dude, because a couple times now I've been on one call with this collection company that seems to think my mom is somebody else.
Right.
And when I started screaming at them, they just hung up. They don't care at all.
Right.
They're just like, fuck you, wait in our line for another
Yeah,
hour to
that's
come
going to
back
be
to
what
me.
it is, man. It's so
But now, dude, tomorrow I am programming an AI model. I'm just going to suck up and kill a seal. And I'm going to call some of these fucking companies tomorrow that I'm dealing with. And I'm just going to put them on the phone with AI.
There you go.
Let them fight it out with AI.
Like, hey, Claude, take care of this shit.
Let
There you
AI
go.
fight AI.
Yeah.
So I have a question. We, in our community, a lot of places have scooter rallies. There's scooter rallies happening right now, just like motorcycle rallies. Motorcycle rallies are a thing people go to. And one of the elements of the motorcycle rally is the stickers, right? You get stickers for the event. We all like stickers. Who doesn't like stickers? You know, it's the 9-year-old inside of us that wants another fucking sticker for their notebook, right? Stop putting stickers on your motorcycles, by the way. Put them on your luggage. Show me where you've been. That's fine. But when you're putting stickers on your gas tank, unless you're fucking 10 years old,
Sticker bombing it.
yeah, dude, if the whole gas tank is stickers because it's fucked up, then that's acceptable. That's one thing. But if you think putting some metallic-y looking stickers of like a devil or something on your bike makes your bike cooler, you might.
I was going to say, my BMW is completely covered in stickers.
Different story entirely. That's a wrap. That's a vinyl graphics
I was
package.
gonna say,
I
I got
understand it.
stickers and tassels on my buddy.
Yes, exactly my point.
Unicorn ones like that.
Right. Yes.
Stickers bad, decals good.
Even well, again, here we go. Yeah, when the motorcycle comes in and the motorcycle has like 4 Gremlin bells, a United States Marine Corps license plate bracket, and like 16 super hateful, angry stickers on it, like you're not helping your case.
I always loved Smith's. When you got your bike, it came with the spiked leather. Fucking, I work at a club's license plate adapter back there.
Oh, really? Oh, the yes.
Remember that? It was like a leather spiked.
Was that the California?
The Cali.
Yeah.
The Cali. Yeah, the Cali. The
you know
Cali
what
had the most gay pride bondage club ever.
Well, you know
fucking
what?
license plate bracket.
And that came from Joe Vincic down
I
in
know.
Brunswick,
Yeah.
who was an 85-year-old guy.
that had a secret life, apparently.
I guess so.
And Sean's not here for this.
That was a very aggressive.
It had a
license
matching
plate
ball
frame.
gag. I
It
give him
did.
credit. It was pretty well appointed.
Who did I gift all that stuff to? Cinch, was that you?
Well, I'm not going to talk about it. That's a bike I don't take out in public
Right,
very
there we
often.
go.
No, I'm kidding.
Just on
We get it.
Thursdays.
It's called the Harley Springer.
Yeah, it is. It is.
Like I said,
Okay,
it's
anyway.
something I
All
don't
right,
take out very
Johnny.
often.
But back to dumb motorcycle stuff, though. Okay, so you are about to attend a motorcycle event, right? And in our community, with the culture and going to the rallies and stuff that we go to, it has always been a big thing to get a local artist or an area artist or somebody to design your patch, right? You always my artwork. I have artwork that I have drawn that is on patches that are on other people's jackets, and a major source of pride. So when I'm like, okay, if you go to the Pittsburgh Vintage Scooter Rally and there's a Pittsburgh Vintage Scooter Rally that says one for the thumb, that is my art. I drew that, Sharpied that shit up, and it became a patch, right? So it's always fun to be able to be like, hey, that art, that's mine. That's my art. I made that, and that's on that rally patch. Or you go to a rally and somebody goes, and you're like, yeah, cool patch, man. And you're like, yeah, that's Davey's in our club, and he drew that shit up. Like, or this is our theme. We've been doing this theme every year. We do a different theme. It's fun. So what's happening is this year there's a rally that a lot of us have gone to a bunch of times, and their art for the rally is AI generated. Like, it's one of those pieces of art. It's a sticker. It's this big. But you know when you look at it that it is not like Dave didn't draw that.
Yeah.
That's some AI shit. It's obviously some AI shit. We've all seen AI shit. We know what it looks like. And this is a rally patch that is definitely some AI shit. And in our community, we have a lot of extremely gifted and talented artists in the scooter community. I mean, we got some serious heavy-duty
Like
graphic.
90% of them are tattoo artists that make a living on
Also,
tattoos.
yes, also true. We've got a ton of tattoo artists in our community, and a lot of regular artists in our community, and a lot of cartoon artists in our community. So there's no shortage of that. And it popped in one of our groups that said, hey, man, you know, I'm thrilled you're doing the rally. That's great. Could you not find a local artist or somebody in your club to doodle you up a rally patch? Because now all you've done is you've created an AI sticker, right? And it's kind of an obviously AI sticker. And yeah, I made obviously AI stickers for the DGR,
Right.
that were just for the DGR, that were literally just for the DGR rally, ClevelandMoto, little Ohio tour, Cleveland tourism sticker.
Right.
That was done in the style of a 60s, 50s tourism sticker. That's fine. And we gave them out. We don't sell them. They were just for that one event. But all of our stickers that are for our club and stuff, those are all done by our people. We have a contest and we invite
Right.
people to make logos and stuff. And our logos are usually done by people in our group, in our community. So is it wrong to say, hey, man, you know, it'd be great if you just didn't use AI in the grassroots motorcycle world? Or is it just that point where like people are just blind to AI now and they're like, fuck it, I don't care, it's a patch?
I don't know. I think you kind of nailed it. Is it a commercial thing or is it a personal thing? Like, so if it's like personal things or like, because sometimes to compete in a certain thing, you have to follow what trends are going on. Otherwise, you're going to lose,
Yeah.
right? But in a situation like this, where it's representing your scooter group, your thing,
Yeah.
at that point, first of all, I'd look to my members of my group to see who could draw something, because that would be to me, it would be the first choice.
Right.
Like,
Exactly.
well, I know somebody can do something, so let me ask them.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't see, it's a scooter rally, so it's not commercially competing with another scooter rally on the same day that's going to use AI, and you know what I'm saying? So like,
That's right.
I think I would, It'd be like hiring a band. I'm not going to hire an AI band to play at my fucking party.
Excellent point.
You know what I mean?
It's very low effort.
It is.
Now, on the one hand, having helped
Right.
organize for scooter rallies
Sure.
and understanding how stressful and aggravating and bullshit it is,
Right.
you know, okay, cool. You didn't want to jump through all the hoops because you already jumped through a lot of hoops to get to where you're going. On the other hand, wow, that's just kind of phoning it in.
See, I think like, I mean, you can hate AI all you want. It's not going anywhere. It's going to be here.
It's gonna be here.
whatever.
Yep.
But like, AI can be useful for organizational things and things like where it's like it's saving you time without fucking people over. I mean, you're still eating energy.
The printing press
what
will
I'm
never
saying?
catch on.
You're not taking away somebody's livelihood by like, having it like keep track of all your appointments and making a fucking better, schedule for you or something. But I think you're right. Like just like completely robbing, like, especially if you're making commercial art, you're selling the art, you're doing something where like you're trying to profit from the fucking art.
Yeah, or you're trying to say, okay, this is going to be a souvenir. This is going to be something that reminds you of this event. We're trying to make this event memorable. We're trying to give you something that's going to harken back to the time you went to this event. And, is it just, does it cheapen it by your like,
Marshall nailed it.
What's that?
Marshall says, if you want mediocrity, feel free to use the mediocrity machine.
Oh, yeah, that's really good. That's really good.
That is actually a very brilliant quote.
Yeah, I mean, I'm talking about like this right here. I just pulled up on the screen. This is one of those examples of like, okay,
talk about low effort.
Low effort. I can almost tell you what their prompt chain was, right? To build this patch.
Is that a giant metal snake?
It's a giant metal snake with the black hills.
Sleepy, they stole your idea.
With the black hills behind it, right? It's got the black hills behind it, and it's a robotic snake, and it's got rattler thing, and then it's got gears, and like you can tell what the AI prompts were.
Steal Sleepy's idea,
right? For this thing, and it's one of those. When we get into that, mediocrity is excellent. Marshall puts a really good button on it. And just is like, and it's the stuff that we're like, AI can be fun. AI's fun, especially when you're doing the thing where if you're using AI to be kind of poking fun at the whole situation, you're kind of saying like, we're extreme and this whole thing and kind of leaning into the silliness of it, then I think AI is the perfect engine for that. It really is the perfect engine for that. But if you're trying to take yourself too damn seriously, the difference between a patch or a sticker or something that is like, oh yeah, this encompasses the spirit or the vibe of the event, as opposed to, this is brother, and thinks, some brother who came up with it on AI is like, Claude just did this for me. Look at how awesome it is. It took me 19 seconds. I think that.
But see, there's even as but artists shouldn't completely shy away from AI
Right.
because there's a lot of things that you can do with it. Like I've been using Photoshop. I'm a videographer for a living,
Yes.
and I use all the Adobe products.
Have
That's what I've been doing my whole life.
Yep.
And so I'm very fluent in all of that.
Yep.
But still, sometimes when you're designing something, if you have a lot of information and things, and you're sitting there, you can lay out the words and say, what's the most logical way to lay these out to get this point across, and it can give you ideas of where to put the words. So you're not really using it to design stuff, but you're helping. Because it'll use math to figure out what, where the word should be bigger and things. And then, you can bring it back into Photoshop and do whatever. So there's ways of doing it, but I don't know.
And then also too, when we're talking about,
I do feel dirty every time I have to use it.
And there's a difference between when you're using AI to say, okay, eliminate this fucked up background.
Right.
Right. Yeah, of course. That is saving you fucking 10 hours of heavy lifting.
And what's kind of creepy about that? Not for most people that use it, but we use that a lot. It saves some time.
Yep.
But I've noticed that if you're not connected online, it takes fucking forever. So that means that it's sending your fucking image to some fucking server somewhere, doing the fucking background removal, and then sending that fucker back. That's kind of weird.
Oh, that's awful.
Unless you're using Firefly when if you're using a browser to do it like in Canva or something like that.
Yep.
No, you're already on their server. But I just thought it was weird that, when I used to use Photoshop back in 1996, when it wasn't Photoshop, it was photo whatever, right? Like you bought the thing, it was on your computer. You didn't need to be digitally connected to anything.
No.
Now I'll be on a laptop and I want to edit a video. Maybe I'm on a road trip and I'm fucking in a tent and I want to edit my video. Sometimes Photoshop won't work or something because it won't connect. You know? And Jesus Christ.
No, I get it. I mean, I definitely tell you, as a tool in your toolbox, it's a really, really important thing to be able to get to the production unit. When you say, show me a picture of a guy riding a Harley with a girl with big tits on the back, with Sturgis 85 in the background, right? That kind of thing. And then what it chucks out is like, oh, yeah, here you go. That's our patch. You know?
Yeah, that's terrible.
And you're like, come on, man.
Now,
like,
making cute raccoon pictures, 100% cool. I'm sorry, I fucking do that quite a bit. Well, because,
You mean that raccoon smoking a cigar and drinking a beer wasn't real?
No, that was real. that was on the back of a chopper, and that fucking ruled. No, but like at work, they'll be like, hey, train this, learn how to do this, or
Right.
whatever. So I just make raccoon pictures, so at least I get something out of the deal.
we have to make for our trip, we have to make an Isle of Man 2026 classic.
Okay, like
But it's got to be. But it's got to be that
Man-
ugly ass robotic snake
we have
thing.
to make
with
but listen, but we have to put it on the. We all dude, I'll pay for this. We all have to have green and white Adidas tracksuits with the fucking logo on the back of it.
Oh,
It'd be fucking amazing.
is that the
I don't care.
really?
Oh, dude, green and white, 3 stripes, the fucking 3.
Really?
Oh, dude, come on.
Well, if I learned anything else
We'll
from
be like
Alex, is
fucking-
that Adidas will make you a custom tracksuit with anything you want on it. So.
Oh,
Sounds crazy.
Isle of Man trip 2026. We could have the same kind of sunglasses.
Yeah, I mean, we
Get
did
juicy
that.
printed across the butt.
We did Narland's Halloween as Team Zissou
Oh, perfect.
using German Bundeswehr workup like training outfits.
Oh, yeah.
Right, they're Adidas, but nobody knows that. But they're just at Bundeswehr. They're like a baby blue thing. We all had knit caps on, and we became the Team Zissou, and we just had impromptu pop up fucking kickball games like randomly as you wandered around. So yeah, that idea of doing Team Spirit, I love Team
Here,
Spirit
we could do
ideas.
this.
They're
We
great.
could go as Honda engineers and just all wear white lab coats.
I got a whole lot. Oscar and I are walking around. I happened to take a jacket that was zero branded, Zero motorcycle jacket. That was the jacket I was wearing. But they have the Zero TT. They have like the electricity one.
Oh, yeah.
But they don't call it Zero because of the Zero Electric Motorcycle Company. They call it Zero because zero emissions, zero, whatever, zero combustion.
right.
So it's just called the Zero TT. So I'm walking around with this jacket on Zero TT, and everybody's like, "Oh my God, are you with the Zero TT team or whatever?" And I was like, "No, we sell electric motorcycles."
So they're like, so you're with the team.
They're like, yeah, there happen to be 2 of them out there running. They're not doing well. They're run by the local college
They
team.
keep trying to update the software while they're riding.
Mid ride. Look, even John McGinnis had to park, want to walk away from it and have a beer. So even John McGinnis ran out of electronics as he got through. But I do think there should be. I think the idea of there being a team spirit. A way to identify ourselves is a great idea. No problem with that. But I was saying that we should have like some sort of Rick Hockulus sticker or Rick Hockulus thing.
We gotta have. Oh, I'm definitely making a specific sticker because everybody we meet has to know about us.
Yes, my
they're
God,
going
at
to.
Cleveland Moto at the Isle of Man
Yeah,
sticker
dude,
is
everything.
a very good keepsake.
Yeah,
But I also think that it should be awesomely awful.
it has to be.
Right? It has to be.
It's got to be a raccoon drink. It's got to be a raccoon drinking a beer and smoking a cigarette.
It could be all of the above. Yes. Right. Yeah, we're not fucking glamping people. Yeah, we have a house. We're
on.
not doing it
Tanuki.
wrong.
Keep talking.
I'm keeping talking. So we did get our confirmation, by the way. We do have a big house, but the person that's renting the house sent a memo to Marshall that says, I want to remind you that you have 5 people selected for this 4-bedroom house, so 2 of your housemates will have to share a twin bed. And I thought that was nice that they took our feelings and our considerations. They really planned. They said, we just want to make sure you guys understand that there are the correct number of sleeping spaces, but some of them are cohabitating on one mattress. And are you going to be okay with that? And I was like, well, there's also a pool table in every picture of this place. So either on the pool table or under the pool table is going to be plenty of room for somebody.
Is there a bathtub? I've slept in many a bathtub.
Yeah, bathtubs are usually functional too, right? Yeah, and I have been there. There is a TJ Maxx on the island that is downtown Douglas, where I'm sure I can go in there and get an inflatable mattress.
Sure.
Right. If it's there's a couch, dude. There's always a couch. Yeah. They don't count the couches as sleeping surfaces.
I'm going to see a race. I've always wanted to see at least a version of it.
Sure.
I don't care if I sleep against the wall. Like, seriously. People complain way too much.
Oh, if there's a Chase Lounge on the back patio,
Yeah.
well done.
Yeah.
That's it. The
You got a Range Rover? That's enough to sleep under.
The place that Oscar and I rented said it slept 7 people, and there is no doubt it would have. It could have. And we were just 3. We were stretched out. Everybody had their own bedroom.
Yeah.
But they didn't even mention that there was a sunroom.
Oh.
Like a sunroom that had a full-size 7-foot couch in it.
Although
That would have been delightful.
Sunroom can kill you. I remember back when I used to drink, waking up in a sunroom at 11:30, your face stuck to some vinyl fucking couch out there.
Yeah,
the sun beating through the glass, just
Not
roasting
a good,
you.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah,
terrible,
not a good
terrible,
look.
Terrible.
This one was pretty. This
The
one was
memories
pretty chill.
still exist.
Yeah.
It's legit.
Oh,
well,
terrible.
that's cool. Anybody else got anything else?
No, I tried to call Johnny Mac to get the bums, but he didn't answer.
Oh, it's okay. We can do it. We can do it anyway. Well, that's all, my friends. Ride fast and take chances. Play us out of here, Johnny Mac. Oh, hold on. What? Okay.
Bum, 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 bum,
Eject! Hit the red button. Get us out of here.